A lot of minutes, a lot of hours.
Yeah, like, man, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're back, and I think I need it. I know personally, I know I need it.
Yeah, so fuck. Once again, I'm Brad. That's Aaron. We've known each other for a lot of years. How long?
30.
Is it 30 now?
Yeah.
So
Past
more than 30.
30.
It's more than, it's 31,
It's like
30, 31.
30,
We've known each other a
31.
long time.
Yep.
Both moved around a lot, so in and out of each other's lives a little bit.
It happens. You
And
know.
we were doing this, and Aaron got super fucking busy doing way more important shit.
I don't know about
and,
that. Just had to make money, but, you know.
Well, plus you're recording and shit. I mean,
Well,
that's
yeah.
the main thing, right?
That was the main thing. That's more important. Than,
Wait,
the
the
money comes and goes. You know
the
how
truth's
that
coming
goes.
out right now. It isn't that he was working. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah,
Oh, you caught me,
you got big things going on, right? I mean,
in my world, yes, I would say so. And in the realm of heavy metal and hardcore music, I'm pretty lucky to be working with who I'm working with. So I get into like a certain zone when I get there to the studio, and I'm me, but I'm a different version of me.
Totally
and
know
this
what
guy
you mean.
just brings a whole different level out of me, and I'm like, holy shit. And he's sitting there hugging me and dabbing me like,
Wait, he's giving you dabs?
giving
Right
me-
on. I
well,
like
not
this.
those kind of dabs. Not those kind of dabs.
Well, no, I don't like him anymore. No,
Yeah,
I'm just
right,
kidding.
right,
I don't even. Actually,
Yeah.
I don't even know what a dab is. I didn't mean to interrupt, but I don't. Huh?
No, what?
A dab? What is a dab?
Fist bump.
No. But what is a dab?
Well, I don't know. I don't smoke.
I'm so fucking square.
Isn't it like wax?
I don't know. I vape, so I don't know like
I'm
all
pretty
these.
sure it's wax. Anyone out there?
But what
Get
is that?
back
What
to
is
us.
wax? Like you get a candle
It's
and you
like
smoke
more-
and you smoke a candle? Like what? I'm being.
I know.
Is it hash? Is that what it is?
It's more concentrated. I think it's just more. Yeah, it's just ground down, and it kind of looks like crack.
We
maybe?
could totally Google this, but we're absolutely not going to.
No.
I didn't mean to interrupt your story.
That
Yeah,
would
you've been
take
busy.
work.
Like I saw you posting a lot of shit. Like you were posting like wait, and maybe I misread the post. Did you post recently that you have a new name or something or a new?
We're changing the band name.
Okay, well that's big fucking
You wanna
news
get
for me.
into that?
In my world, dude, that's entirely up to you. I don't know what's.
I'm
Are you
totally
NDA'd? Are you gonna get anybody? Are you gonna get in trouble?
I don't want to reveal the name right now until it's trademarked. It's not trademarked yet.
Okay, well definitely don't fucking say it.
Right.
The 5 people
So-
one of the 5 people that watch this might fucking steal
Is
it.
it 5?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the analytics.
We'll see. Hey, maybe we'll get 7. It's big happenings.
Hey, all we need is 6. No, I don't. I made that
Well-
number 5 up. I don't follow the analytics, to be perfectly honest.
Well,
I know how many YouTube views we are because it's like right there, but on like the other
Yeah.
stuff, it's
I'm
it doesn't
not
matter.
sure.
So,
Yeah.
so yeah, so you got so there's a new. Is it just a new name? That's the only thing.
A new name, couple new members.
Oh wow!
actually.
Okay.
Yep.
That's big, right?
Couple new members. That.
Oh wait, how many members did you have?
It's a 5-piece for now. Looking
Okay.
to possibly get a 6th member as a sample
Oh, okay.
guy,
Right on.
girl,
like a DJ or like
person.
a
not a
just sample?
DJ, just more like a sound.
So like
sound engineer,
tambourine,
but definitely not tambourine.
cowbell.
Maybe some cowbell.
Okay.
No, actually.
No, I know what you mean. Like somebody's got a fucking sample pad and shit. That
Somebody
shit's
like
cool as
Sid
fuck,
from
man.
Slipknot. Something like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
You know, and
Yeah.
we have a guy. We're not incorporating him yet. It's probably going to happen because we've been messing around with some sounds, and I've actually been messing around with some things, which is really cool because it's opening up a whole new thing to me creatively. And I'm
Wait.
stoked.
You've been messing with what?
Well, so our new drummer has a buddy that's like his drum tech.
Okay.
He has a sample pad, and it was just really cool watching him do what he was doing at our couple of practices ago.
Right.
And I was watching him, and I was kind of going, "Oh, what about that? What about that?"
Oh,
Like,
right. Okay. So
you know
I
what I mean?
get you. I get you. I
Yeah,
thought you meant
it's not mine.
I thought you meant you were using them in your vocals or something,
No,
like
no.
like because they have like effects pads too and stuff. But
But that will be eventually. I will
dude, that
have
shit.
that.
I don't know. Because when I first got into aside, when I came back from and when I was in a band with Rob,
in the Navy.
We when I initially recorded this piece of shit demo, I used like guitar pedals on my vocals, but we played. Then
I think I remember that.
Well, but the thing was, as soon as we went and we played the whiskey, because it was a weird situation. I think I told on here before, but I played this really, really bad demo that I recorded on a karaoke machine. But I used, I was going for like sort of like a 9 Inch Nails kind of a vocal thing or something. You know what I mean? Like, or Ministry or something. You know, or
some industrial type of stuff.
Yeah. Sort of that kind of a distortion, because I have issues with my voice sometimes, pretty much all the time. And
we all do.
So, but then when I went to the whiskey and I went to plug that shit in, they were like, "Fuck you! You're not plugging guitar. No, fuck you." And I was like, "Well, now I'm fucked."
But you couldn't use it at all.
So I never did. So I never did it again.
You had to run clean vocals.
Yeah.
dry vocals,
So I don't know if that's still a thing or how you work. Or how do bands work around that? Out of curiosity.
Well, from what I know, it's a specially made vocal effects processor.
Okay.
So
I did have one of those like way later.
Okay. Because I'm looking to get into one of those, not to like help with my singing per se, but just add more shit.
Yeah.
Just delay, reverb, chorus, maybe some distortion on a couple of parts, but that's about it.
Yeah, my thing was like, I was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna fuck with all this shit then, because if it's a problem at a show, I guess because their mic, I guess it makes sense because you're going straight into their PA.
And I would imagine guitar pedals probably are not the best. I mean,
but even with a processor, if you're going direct, if you're going direct into their board, right? And even you're using because I've had one that had like it was a little processor. I didn't play with it much, but I did have one.
Yeah.
And you could fucking gain the shit out of that.
Yep.
And fuck shit up. So I imagine they don't like it.
Well, yeah. Then you're blowing speakers.
Yeah, I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
Well,
all I know is things are different nowadays. Dude, we fucking got in-ears now. For the very first time, I'm using in-ear monitors.
You're using in-ears.
Oh,
well, that's got to be a game changer, dude.
Oh, dude, it's a whole new world that's opened up to me because I can actually hear myself.
Which is weird, though, right?
It is weird.
It's weird at first.
I like it.
Yeah, well, yeah, because you know.
Well, and it's taken out all the high end, especially from the guitars.
Well, plus you really you're hearing what people are hearing for the most part. Other people are hearing because, you know.
Yeah.
As I would imagine most people know, when you're talking, that is not what you sound like.
No.
Like when I'm hearing myself right now, this is not what I sound like. But when I go back and watch this recording, I sound like a different person. In a sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I typically don't like the sound of my voice, and I know it's very common with vocalists or voiceover actors.
Yeah.
Maynard, huge fucking...
Jimi Hendrix.
Jimi Hendrix.
Was the big one.
Yeah.
He hated his voice.
Lane Staley.
And on and on. Yep. The Doors. Fucking Morrison, dude. But famously would sing backwards. That's, not facing the crowd.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah.
Maybe that was a shy thing, actually. But yeah, Jimi Hendrix hated his voice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got to imagine that's huge for you. I mean, if you haven't ever done it before, I never have.
Dude, I used to use those fucking old school earplugs that everybody would use, and it's just like you couldn't hear anything. You couldn't hear yourself. It was great for being at a show, so you don't leave there with your fucking ears ringing, right?
Right.
Having a headache, you're drinking, you're smoking, whatever.
I've never actually worn earplugs.
I have a few times.
I know I need to.
Yeah.
Dude, we used to go to raves and I'd stand right in front of the bass speaker like a fucking moron, dude.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But we weren't
fucking
sober.
Dumbasses,
so,
dude.
You know.
Yeah.
Maybe once I was.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably
maybe I
not,
wasn't.
No.
I don't know. It was a long time ago.
Maybe we were sober when we got there, then an hour later, things changed.
But yeah. So wait, I'm sorry. I'm jumping all over the place. I apologize.
Not really. It's all relevant.
So, Circle of Punishment.
Yes.
We
will be changing that name soon.
New name.
Yep.
Adding and replace.
Adding and replacing.
Did you lose how many people did you?
Well, we didn't have a drummer for 8 months, so it was just all studio.
Well, yeah,
stuff.
but you had a drummer when we did this before.
No, actually, we didn't. No,
I thought you did.
It was just the band. It was just me, 2 guitar players, bassist, and then Billy programming.
Oh, okay.
So
because you're in the writing process, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Practicing. Everything was studio.
Right.
Because we originally went in there and we demoed, and then we redid a couple of songs. That's why it's been taking so long. And then, with his schedule, he's an artist as well, so it takes a little while to have everything link up.
It takes how long it takes, man. I mean,
I'm fine with it, bro.
Yeah, it takes what it takes.
If it would have taken a month, I would have questioned it. Great things take time.
Yeah, I mean, if you were a punk band, you'd just do it in a day, and you wouldn't even really know the songs yet.
It's three chords.
But you're not a punk band,
right?
So it just depends what you're trying to do, and
Yeah, man. So,
I mean, there's nothing but time in the world, So that's cool, man.
Yeah, it's very fulfilling.
How close are you?
Very. The recording is done, so now it's just mixing and mastering.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah.
Is he mixing and mastering it too?
He mixes. He has a guy to master.
Okay.
The guy that masters is like pretty much the guy in the industry.
Yeah, I don't understand that process at all.
I don't either, because I've never seen it. Even though I've had albums mastered, but you're never there as the artist. You just send it off. They do their thing. A week later, or whatever it is, you get it back, and you're like, "Oh shit, okay, great. I'm glad my money went to something good." And
yeah,
great product.
I've recorded a lot of like home recordings with a lot of different types of home recording equipment.
Yeah.
And now I'm messing around with a computer, but I didn't use computer before. I would use, like 4-track Tascam, like shitty stuff. And I realized that I am not a fucking sound engineer whatsoever. Well, like, I'm really bad at it. Like, I don't like it, for one.
As much as the next guy.
Well, I don't like it, man.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Like, I can't make the choices. This is the one. That's the one. No, it needs a little more. I'm like, no, I'll play with it forever. I could never. So those guys, big shout out to anybody who's a fucking
huge
sound engineer or a master
those guys
or whatever.
Are very. It's an underwhelming job because a lot is riding on them, and a lot of people, they're behind the scenes, so a lot of people obviously don't realize. You're just kicking back. You're at home. You're jamming with your friends. You're partying. You're listening to tunes.
Yeah.
You're not. Most people aren't thinking that process.
Right.
You just think, oh, this album sounds fucking great.
Yeah.
Spark up another one. You know what I mean? Shit like that.
Right.
It's a science behind it, and like you said, shout out to those guys.
Yeah, I watched that.
Cheers.
Yeah, I watched that a while back. I don't remember if it was after our last one, but I watched that Sound City. Is it Sound City?
Oh yeah, well, Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's another one. Anyways, I went on a trip where I watched a bunch of those types of things, so I might be mixing shit up. But anyways,
you went down the rabbit hole for like those.
But those dudes, if you go back and you listen to like Fleetwood Mac's first album, which was recorded on the one Dave Grohl has,
yeah,
it's fucking.
What the hell is that board called?
Amazing. Yeah. Like it sounds so good.
There's like this 40-something years ago.
There's like this warmth to it.
Yeah.
I listen to Fleetwood Mac quite a fucking bit.
Okay.
And part of it is because it sounds
because of the sound
so good. Yeah. And like, dude, Stevie Nicks is undeniable.
100%.
She's fucking undeniable.
Great songwriting.
I don't know if she wrote all the songs because she was.
I don't know.
She was Fleetwood. Well, she was Fleetwood's girlfriend, and then you gotta watch the whole thing. It's really fascinating, but I don't know. I'm not that into them. I like 70s music in general a lot, like 70s, 90s.
Yeah.
And then I'm getting more into like more today's stuff, but more on like the doom end.
Yeah.
Which kind of I don't know. It's weird that there's these 20, 30 year gaps, right?
No, it's just what you like.
70s and the 90s, but it's also the similar times, right? Like the 70s and the 90s are kind of similar.
Very much.
And then now we're kind of going into the 70s again, with not to jump into politics right at the bat, but with like, gas prices going up, inflation going up, the cost of everything going up.
Sure.
There's all these available jobs, but they're actually shit jobs. There's no good jobs available.
Yeah, it's fast food and shit like that.
That's actually the right talking point. There's all these jobs available. All these jobs, millions of jobs. Yeah, but they're all not only low paying jobs, they're lower than what you can get on unemployment.
Yeah.
For the most part. So I don't think you can really call that, and then on the left, it's a whole different talking point. I'm just saying,
as usual.
I think my point is though, we're kind of like, things are kind of similar. People are a little downtrodden. We've been going through this COVID shit, and
we need stuff to pick us up. That's for sure.
Yeah. What I'm surprised about is that I really would have bet on music videos would come back, and maybe they have a little bit, but I mean, MTV had a real opportunity here for the last year and a half.
The fucking ball so many times.
But I know, but this last year and a half, I would have watched a fuck ton of MTV.
Of course.
I would have had, and then now, like nowadays, people would be working from home or even at work. Because at work you work on a computer and you can they'll usually let you listen to music or anything. So I have one screen I could be working on, the other screen I got MTV. I totally would be on, maybe, I don't know, because most of the hits right now are pretty awful. So, but anyways, my point is, I feel like,
getting worse and worse.
And then nobody else did it, so I don't really understand how that is missed.
It's all YouTube, man, and I think that's the whole thing. Is that YouTube's great. I have nothing wrong with YouTube, but it's kind of monopolized that whole market.
Yeah, but there's something to be said about, like, the one thing I always liked about MTV is I don't mind a little bit of curation with my music. Like, you got to find new shit somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So right now
100%.
I feel like I'm in this like search mode with music. I got to go find it. It's not going to get presented to me.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. It's out there. It's definitely out there.
And I'm kind of lazy. So that's why most of the shit I listen to is 70s, 90s, and then but really there's so much trash. So much trash in the last 20 years.
You know what's interesting? I have to say with Spotify, I have found some interesting stuff for the moment. Maybe not like...
But how?
Just searching shit, bro.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You have to do the searching.
Well, yeah.
So and that's the problem with radio nowadays, too, and the whole online or streaming culture of music is I like a little curation. And I think people should like a little curation because you don't have to like it all. You can be like, why would you show me that piece of shit?
Yeah.
Right. But anyways, I'm just saying I think MTV missed the opportunity here to curate a little bit and get some new bands out there, and maybe they don't give a fuck.
Well, what is it? It's like that
on their
meme that's out there. You've seen that meme, right?
Which one?
The one that says MTV celebrating 40 years of music, and at the bottom it says thank you for 14 years of music.
Yeah. Well, the even funnier one was they just had, they had their anniversary, and you know what they did for their anniversary?
I have no idea.
They ran ridiculous fucking reruns. They did a ridiculous marathon. Like that's how you're gonna celebrate.
Nothing tributed
That's
to.
how you celebrate.
That's corporate America right there.
I don't know what that is. Does anybody watch Ridiculous anymore?
Every once in a while.
But I mean, you've probably seen every episode. I haven't, but I mean,
no.
okay.
I've never watched it that much.
I don't know. I don't understand.
It's kind of like
it.
in passing. It's like if I'm on my phone, if I'm doing shit, sometimes it's on. I don't really watch regular TV that much, except for like baseball, and now football season's coming up, which we will get into, of course.
Yes.
But yeah, man, it. You're right. Something should have happened in the last year and a half, and God forbid, I hope this doesn't happen, but lockdowns could be on the fucking rise again.
It sure looks like it.
And that's a real shame because there was a lot of work done to get to where we're at now. Anyways, you already know how I feel about certain things, but I do think we need a distraction. We all need a distraction. And this right here is perfect. But again, a lot of people don't have the access to this. We're lucky.
Yeah. It's not hard. You can do it with your iPhone.
Sure.
If you want a podcast right now, you can literally do it just right off your phone, even with video or without video.
Yeah, but people are lazy.
Well, I'm just saying, it's really accessible.
Yeah.
It's really accessible.
Sure.
Now, getting people to watch it, you have to, I mean, I don't know. I think you have to do the approach that I've always said is like, I don't care if people watch it. It's just, it's a way to get shit out. And if people want to hang out,
cool,
and listen to it and give us some feedback, like, cool. If they don't, I'm okay. I mean, it's whatever.
I'm good with whatever.
It's a little bit of a diary too, maybe, of like what's been going on this last, you know what I mean? Look back in a few years.
It's our story.
I don't know. It doesn't matter if I mean, I'd like people to watch it. I'm not gonna lie and say I don't want anybody to watch it. I'm just saying it's not why I'm doing it.
If it happens, it happens.
But yeah. But with the lockdowns, if you want to get into that, I don't know.
I'm good with that. Yeah. It's
excuse me.
Unfortunately, I think they're looming, and they're going to.
Well, here's what they're going to do. Here's my prediction. So what they're going to do is right now they're threatening lockdowns by what they're trying to do is to get everybody to get vaccinated. And, and we could go all around about that.
Oh yeah.
As you know, I got my first shot earlier today.
And then you got to wait what, like 2 weeks? Is it?
In 2 weeks I get the second. Yeah, I got the Pfizer. So in 2 weeks I get the second shot. I did it fucking Walgreens.
And they don't charge for that, right?
No. No, there's no charge for it.
So, okay, so that particular one is supposedly the most effective, or is it
depends. So with the Delta, it's the least effective.
Oh, Jesus.
But the Delta, here's the thing, like, look, it is what it is. You can. I was talking to somebody else about. I was talking to a buddy I played video games with last night when we were playing.
Yeah.
And I just told him I was, because I'm gonna be honest, I was a little bit nervous about getting it.
Of course.
Wait, hold on. Let me come back to that because we were talking about the lockdowns. So what they're gonna do right now, what they're doing right now, really, in my opinion, is they're dangling the cherry out of you're going to be able to go, like, let's say in my case, you're going to be able to go to a concert if you're vaccinated. There's a bunch of concerts now that you have to be vaccinated.
100%, especially here in LA.
Bands I really like and stuff.
Cypress Hill's playing tonight.
You have to be vaccinated to go?
Supposedly not, from what Billy told me. For now.
Yeah. So anyways, they're sort of trying to get everybody, they're using that to get everybody vaccinated, and then it's sort of like, they're not specifically saying, but they're kind of insinuating that that'll keep us from getting locked down. But I don't think that's true. I don't think that's the reality of this situation. I think what's going to happen is they're just trying to get this last push of vaccinations, and they're going to shut down regardless.
Yep.
For how long, I don't know. If they're going to keep doing this kind of open close thing, I could definitely see that to just make us even more crazy for whatever reason.
So we can sit home and watch the news and get even more afraid.
Yeah.
Not that I do
and then come back to the vaccination. I don't blame anybody for not wanting to get it. I don't blame anybody for wanting to get it.
Exactly.
I do get upset with people who are upset either way. In other words, people that are upset at people for getting it, and people that are upset at people for not getting it. Mind your own fucking business.
Exactly.
I'm out here telling you I was vaccinated, but I'm just saying that's like I'm offering that information. Yeah. I can't tell you how many times in the last. I don't know if I want to get into that. I can't tell you how many times in the last few couple months. You see somebody you haven't seen in a while, and one of the first things they want to ask you is, "Are you vaccinated?" And I'm like, that's a fucking weird way to start a fucking catch-up conversation.
Well, isn't that just part of the whole indoctrination process we've all gone through in the last year and a half?
Maybe.
I don't think it's our fault.
It's fucking rude.
Of course it is.
Like just on a manners way, it's fucking rude.
Yeah, I'm
gonna tell you. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I was texting with somebody.
Yeah.
About getting together for something, and like the second question they asked me if I was vaccinated, and like I guess you could argue that if you feel that strongly about it, you want to get that shit out of the way because you don't want to like start making plans and then you find out they're not vaccinated and then you're even bigger dick or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's just like I don't understand why anybody would be that worried, you know. And I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna bring the person up because it's not like they actually have their reasons and their legitimate reasons why. Like, I'm not mad at them. I just think it's fucking, that's where we are, you know, and that's a fucking weird place to be.
It is, man. Again, it goes back to the indoctrination. It goes back to people. Okay, look, this is completely, every single one of us, we have to talk about it because it's everywhere.
But we don't have to talk about it. I mean, we're talking about it.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's the indoctrination. I don't want to talk about it. You don't want to talk about it.
Why do they want us? Why would they want it? But here's the thing when you get into like the whole indoctrination. Indoctrination is about pushing a agenda, right?
Yep.
What I can't wrap my mind around when I put my fucking tinfoil hat on is what...
Here's mine.
What is it? What are they trying to do? Like, what is it going to accomplish by getting us to talk about vaccines, except get more people vaccinated, I guess?
That's it.
But
plant the seed, I guess, you know?
And I have actually, I could sit here, I have enough information about vaccinations at this point that I could sit here and legitimately argue why everyone should get vaccinated. And I also could sit here and legitimately argue why everyone should not get vaccinated.
100%.
And that is the core of the fucking problem.
I know.
Because you can right now, whatever answer you want to the question, should I get vaccinated? You can find that answer and find pretty good fucking evidence.
Yeah.
To whatever answer you want. Maybe yes, no, definitely, whatever. You can find that answer. It's out there. And it's readily available in some way or another. And I'm not saying let's censor everybody because who decides what the right answer is, right?
Well.
But with the mainstream pushing so hard... I don't know, man.
Here's my theory. I have a theory.
Hit me, please.
Okay, so even before all this happened, mainstream media, the ratings in general have gone down, especially since Trump's been out of office. Yeah. But even before Trump,
absolutely,
when Obama was president.
Absolutely.
A lot of those...
Before Trump, it was really bad. Trump actually saved their asses.
He did, because he was the fucking guy. Everybody hated him for whatever reasons. But... I think this is a push by the corporations, by Big Pharma. Big Pharma's pissed off that weed is legal in a lot of places.
Oh, and they're super pissed off about
Right?
the opioid fucking.
100%.
I just watched a whole thing on that.
Yep.
That is
I heard
such
about
a,
it.
That's such a scam. But anyways, yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's
They've
just
got.
what
They've
I
got.
think.
The you got to put the pharma industry has really gotten beaten up.
They're
legit,
like-
and they deserve it. They deserve more.
100%.
And actually, when you really look into it, they aren't even really being punished. It's
No,
all a
they're
fucking
not.
smokescreen.
Well,
There's so much going on.
well,
man.
here's the thing, man. It's like I think the media, especially now, since Trump's out of office and the ratings have dropped, especially CNN, MSNBC, like 25, 30%, even more.
Yeah.
That they're like,
I don't know what it is,
facing
but
a
it's-
full court, fucking 4th and 10, completely, bro. Bottom of the ninth, they're down. Sports analogies, but that's where we're at. So it's desperate times call for desperate measures. 2 months ago, everything was fine. Everybody was getting vaccinated. Shit was opening up. Go to a baseball game. Go see the NBA Finals. Whatever you're going to do.
I thought we were
everything was
good, man. I thought we were
What
fucking
happened?
good, bro.
That's the question. Anybody out there know what happened in the last month?
Well, there's more cases.
Right.
We can bring it up actually, and this is the actual. Have you ever done this?
Is this from the CDC?
Okay. Let me just show you.
He does a little laugh there.
So, let me change screen here.
Okay.
Oh shit! Do I not have this set up for? There it is. Here, let me move us over here. So what we got here? Can you see that? Okay.
Yeah.
So right now we're doing deaths. Let's do cases. Okay.
I feel like I'm watching CNN.
This is New York Times. However, I will tell you this information is really good
Okay.
and it's really accurate, as far as I can tell. Because if they were misreporting, when you're going to find out in a second, is if they were misreporting this, they're not doing a good job of
They're not doing
making
the
me
job at all.
of making me scared.
Right.
If their goal is to make me scared, this is not going to make me scared. But let's go through it. So let's do
do it.
This is Los Angeles County. We are in LA County.
Yes, we are.
This is
Los
all
Angeles
time.
podcast.
Graph for new cases, brand new cases.
All right.
We're up. We're definitely we're humping, right?
Yeah.
We're humping. However, one good thing is if you look at this line here, it's not nearly as steep.
No.
It is. It's. I don't know if it's come through on, but anyways, it's a fucking problem, right?
Yeah.
But then, when you go to deaths, that's good fucking news.
Yeah.
That
look
is-
at that. That's at the very
That
bottom.
is amazing news,
And
dude.
that's probably because of the vaccine.
That is amazing news.
I'll admit that.
Well, I don't. Here's the thing, though. Now, this is where I'm going to be speculative, and I got to be careful and say that I'm speculative. I think that the Delta variant does not cause as many deaths, but is highly more contagious. Everything that I'm seeing, that's my take from the information out there and all the different news sources.
Yeah.
I'm curating all these news sources that I've read, and this is my belief. So
I don't think
I got
that's
the
too off.
Pfizer. I got the Pfizer,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
This is why I got the Pfizer. The reason I got the Pfizer is because the Pfizer, everything I've read, once again, you have to make a decision at some point, right, of what you do or don't want to do in life.
Yeah.
And the reason I chose the Pfizer is because not as many people are dying from the Delta variant, because the Delta variant is the main variant right now.
Yeah.
The Pfizer is only 43%.
Right now.
It only works 43% of the time against the Delta variant.
Wow.
So I got the
That's
least.
encouraging.
I got the Moderna is like
But I know what you're saying.
63,
Yeah.
and that information is actually a little bit under review, but that's what they're saying right now. Now, when you start talking about the Lambda, I can't believe it's called the Lambda. 'Cause
Lambda?
all I can think about when I hear that,
Lambda.
and Omega Mu. That's all I can think of. Like the first time, but nobody's
Shout
saying
out
that.
to Revenge of the Nerds.
I heard that one other place. One other, I don't know if it was a podcast or on the radio, one other person made that fucking reference. And you got it immediately. So it must be just our generation that knows
It's
them.
totally our generation.
You know what? I'm not even going to tell anybody.
And you know
what-
why? Because Donald Gibb, who played Ogre, just had his birthday the other day. And my chick sent me a link. It
Well, I
said,
thought he
Happy
died.
No, he's still alive.
Are you sure?
It says happy birthday, 67th birthday,
I
Donald
thought
Gibb.
he died.
We can check.
God damn it. Ogre from Revenge. I'm just going to do that. That should be enough.
Yep.
Donald Gibb. Okay.
Oh shit, he's from the Valley, dude. He's went to Notre Dame High School. Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
And he played ball.
Well, good. I'm glad Ogre's not dead, and then we cleared that up.
Shout out to Ogre, Donald.
So yeah, that was
you'll never see
in the
this
movie
or watch
Revenge
it,
of the
but
Nerds.
whatever.
Lambda 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 was the nerds joined that one. It was an all black fraternity, but they were able to get in. I can't remember exactly how or why.
They had to win a competition, I think.
You know, I'm gonna have to
One
go
of
back
those
and watch that movie because
competitions.
I think that movie's incredibly. Oh, dude, that movie's super rapey too.
Very rapey.
That movie's super rapey.
You can't make that movie nowadays.
At least a lot of it.
Most of it.
But anyway, so they were Lambda, 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 and then like the nerd girls were in Omega Mu. So it was Lambda, 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 and Omega Mu. And when they said the Lambda, I was like, holy shit.
Wait, so the Lambda is another variant?
Yeah.
I heard something about a Doomsday variant. Have you heard about that one?
No, they go by letter. So you got D. Okay. There's already being an E, which is the Epsilon, but it's not around in the U.S., I think, or something. It's not anything to worry about.
I mean, viruses always mutate, so I get that.
The flu does this.
How they get these names.
The flu does this too.
Yeah.
That's why you have to get a new flu shot every year because they got to put the new shit in it.
I haven't got one personally in I don't know how long.
Really, if you think about it as like a virus program.
Shout out to my immune system.
Yeah. Well, I haven't. Yeah, I haven't got the flu in 2 years.
I get colds here and there. I just had fucking food poisoning.
Oh, did you?
4 or 5 days ago.
Dude, dude, not to one up you.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay, not to one up you. Don't let me forget though.
No.
I passed a kidney stone.
Oh shit, that's right. I remember you texted me like a month ago. Did you go to Henry Mayo? You went to fucking emergency.
We'll talk about it later, dude. It's a whole fucking
right.
thing, and I got to be careful. If I want to call out my doctors or not. But anyway, yeah. So, anyways, you got all these different. But anyways, they're saying, and I'm gonna be honest. I think I heard this on Joe Rogan, which, to be fair, and I'm also being honest. Joe Rogan's information is a little spotty lately. So
I haven't been watching or listening.
I'm not talking shit, but he's been a little bit all over the place. So. But I think he proved I think I was doing something else and it was on, but he was talking about the Lambda, I think, and that it's this new strain that none of the vaccines work against.
But he had like a scientist on there or somebody in
Probably
the know.
not.
Oh.
Probably not.
So
but no, the Lambda's a real thing. The Lambda is a real variant.
Yeah.
But whether or not they aren't even the stuff I said about the Delta variant, that stuff's not even, by the time they decide this is the actual information about the Delta variant, we'll already be on like M or something.
It would be something else in a month.
Yeah.
So
they go by letters. I don't know what happens when you run out of letters, though. Oh, you know what, Tim? Somebody else
make something up.
I heard about the Lambda at a few places.
Was Tim Pool talking about it?
But anyway, so I got so back to this. So I got on the because I mean we do not have a death problem.
Not here.
We have a new case problem. Well, even so, let's go. You want to
check New York?
I'm going to show everywhere.
The biggest city in America.
So now they are saying deaths are up nationwide. So we're definitely on an upward trend. And if you notice, an upward trend, so we might be in this right here a little bit.
You know what I have issues with, bro? I have issues with a lot of things, of course.
Well, of course.
But, the news and how they report and the way they show emergency rooms, it makes it look like every single person in there is dying. And and they always repeat the same scenes. So to me, that sounds shady. And then you go on social media and just say somebody that you know. I happen to know a girl. I won't say her real name. We'll just call her Patty for now.
Dude, I know Patty.
Yeah? Grilled patty?
Go ahead.
Patty with cheese? I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, Patty is very, let's just say she leans to the right. So she's very against everything going on and the push and the jab, whatever. My whole point being, you'll go and see the news for 2 minutes, a minute, whatever, and then see Patty's post talking about how there's nobody in the ER when she's in there with her husband.
Right.
And
there's definitely full ERs.
Oh, I'm sure there are. And I'm not saying,
but they're not all full. So it depends which ER you go to, right, or what area.
Yeah, it's the way that it's reported, and it's not just this particular coronavirus issue. I've just had issues for probably a solid decade in the way they report stuff.
Oh well, yeah, we've talked about that before. The way
over sensationalized.
Well, the way we're talking,
putting it lightly.
Yeah, if you're getting it's so fucked up. If you're getting your news from your standard,
corporate news,
CNN, Fox News,
even
MSNBC,
your local news is bad.
KTLA, which is our local state. Any of the any institutional, should we call it institutional news? Let's call it institutional. I don't know what else to call it.
That's a good way to put it, yeah. It's
okay,
corporate institutionalized news.
Well, it's not all corporate, though, but it's all institutional. You know, NPR is not even nonprofit anymore, but their name is fucking NPR. Anyways.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
No, they have commercials.
I don't listen to NPR anymore.
Well, I don't listen to either. I found this out through another source and then looked it up. But maybe I should fact. You know what? That might not be true.
Fact checkers.
But I'm pretty sure.
Any fact checkers out there?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Somebody went on a rant about it, and they would have been canceled if it wasn't true. So it must be true. It was somebody big. But anyways,
I'm sure it was.
Yeah, if you're getting it's kind of fucked up because for me right now, because I do try to be up on the news the best I can. I feel like we got a lot going on, and I have to go.
Yeah.
And what you basically have to do is you have to cast a wide net,
dude.
And then you have to curate the fucking news yourself.
Pretty much.
Because the right is lying, the left is lying, and then there is nobody that's really strictly in the middle for the most part. There's people that claim to be, and then they say shit, and you're like, oh, you're definitely not in the fucking middle.
Yeah.
I just want news. I just want facts, figures, everything's opinion.
News has become, people are advocates now, and they're not really journalists. How long has it been since they've really been journalists?
Well, if you go to CNN,
they're advocates for one side or the other.
Yeah. Oh, to just put a button on this. So look at the United States here real quick. New cases, United States. It's high as fuck, right?
That's within the last week. Okay.
Well, it's since July, mid-July. So we're talking a month here. So in the last month, it's gone fucking crazy with new cases, right?
Right.
But not deaths.
Yeah.
If this. Look at here.
Different from the original.
But look at here. At this point, we should be. Let's do an actual data analysis.
Surprised we're stepping over bodies as we walked out of our house, right?
Yeah. So this is November 16th. Right.
All right. That's right after the election.
New cases 166,000. Right. And deaths were. What did I say? November 16th.
November 16th.
796.
Yeah.
So we were in fucking pretty damn good shape. We were in pretty rough shape. So
that's about right when the vaccine started to get.
But you see but you see how high this goes as compared to the new cases, and then right here it goes way up here.
Sure.
And we go to deaths, and it's way down here.
Yeah.
You got a little bit of a swing, but it's not crazy.
No. That's encouraging.
We don't want it.
It's very encouraging.
Right. I'm not. It's not good for anybody to die, but I'm saying, this should be reported as good news. Look at all these cases we have. This is how it should be reported. Hey, good news.
I'm listening. I want to hear
good news, bad news. But good news is we don't have a lot of deaths, even though we have a lot of cases. So that means the vaccine's working, or the variant, they're getting weaker. Because there are predictions. That's the other thing is what a lot of scientists have predicted is that it's going to become more and more contagious, like the flu.
Yeah.
Right? More and more contagious till it is kind of like the flu, but it's also only going to be as deadly as the flu. Yeah. So it's just sort of another flu. I'm not saying that is what's going to happen, but there's a line, and this kind of points to that is sense. All I'm saying.
It makes
sense. Which is
sense.
good fucking news.
Yeah,
and then other people say, well, it's because everybody's vaccinated, but it's breaching the vaccinated. That is not a bullshit thing.
No.
It is breaching the vaccinated, no doubt about it.
100%.
I just took a vaccination that I think is only 43% going to protect me from the most communicable variant right now, the Delta.
Right.
Because everything I'm seeing is the Delta ain't shit to worry about compared to, I don't know, the Alpha or the Beta or whatever that fucked everybody up, right? Whatever was going on right here, we ain't there.
No.
No,
not even close.
And I don't know what variants these were.
But
I haven't done that.
All you do is watch the news for the institutionalized news, like we were saying. You would think that everybody who catches it is dying. So, I have family members, let's just say, I won't name names, but let's say that they live and die by all this shit. And coming to the point to where, I'm having issues with even seeing them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want it to be the only thing that's talked about, because for me, as an artist, I can do it like this, and you're an artist as well, so you get it. We can either A, use it, to our advantage and be creative with it in whatever way, or we can let it rule us and let it stunt us, which has done to a lot of fucking artists in the last
most from
few
what I can
months.
see.
Yeah.
Last year and a half. There really haven't been a lot of great albums put out in the last year and a half. And then I think they were getting ready to drop shit, but they want to see if
The
these
albums
shows are
that came
actually
out last year were made before all this happened.
Dude,
So there were some good albums last year,
I just want to say it before
but this year not so much.
I forget.
Until mine comes out, of course.
Before I forget, I just wanted to say,
Yeah.
if you haven't seen Limp Bizkit's show at Lollapalooza, and
I saw it.
I'm not a fan of Limp Bizkit. Never have been.
I kind of am.
I'm just saying I'm not.
But my buddy's John Otto too. So
I appreciate them,
yeah,
but I'm not like I was never like into them. I don't think I
wasn't
ever.
either,
I don't think
until
I ever.
later.
I don't think I ever owned an album.
no, me neither.
But that show, they fucking cleaned the clock, dude. They
Yeah.
fucking. It's good,
Yeah,
dude. I
I
was
know.
like, fuck yeah,
and
dude.
then they had to fucking cancel their tour
Yes. Oh, I did see that.
last week because my God, that sounds good.
I'm just looking for the most like. See, look if you look at news, there's nothing. No, this isn't it.
That's interesting. I wonder why I have not heard shit about that.
August 13th. Yeah, here it was because it came in today again.
And this is a once a month payment?
Yep, until the end of the year.
Wow.
Why nobody's talking about it, I don't know. I'm just looking for where that breaks it down a little better by like how they're doing it.
Right.
I think it's like depending on the child's age, it's from like $200 to $300 per child per
Okay.
month, up to X amount. I'm not finding a good.
Damn. who's
I mean, just so people know I'm not full of shit, I'll put this up, but this doesn't do a good job of like explaining it or breaking it down.
that? Well, at least it's there. So if they want to check it, they can go to that site.
Yeah, so
What is this? Channel 4 NBC,
well, this is like I just googled
Washington. You're right. Yeah, you can just.
it. So I
Google
was
it,
trying
of
to
course.
find here. There you go. This is probably better. I guess I got to accept.
1.5 trillion in surprise tax refunds, huh? Okay.
So here you go. For the full year, you get $3,600 per
6 and
child,
17.
5 years old and younger. $3,000 for every child between the ages of 6 and 17. But
all
they're
right.
but they're doling that out ahead of time. It's like an end of the year tax credit, but they're giving it to you now.
Right.
So normally when you file your taxes every month, you get a tax credit.
Yeah.
I mean every year at the end of the year, if you have children, you get a tax credit.
Right.
So you get back X amount of money depending on your financial situation and how many children you have. What they're doing is they increased that by a shit ton
Yeah.
and
seems
started
like it.
doling it out last month, every month on the 15th or 13th or this. It was today. I think it's this whatever the third Friday or what. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so all of a sudden people start getting these payments. But why is nobody talking about it?
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
But I
That's the
had
question.
a broader point about what we were.
Well, the broader point was the government's doling out trillions of dollars. So eventually that well's going to run dry. That's not going to happen.
It can't run dry.
Well, I mean, you think they'll continue to do this throughout this whole administration?
Yeah, but here's the thing you have to
Another
understand:
3.5 years?
they're just printing money.
Which
They just
can
don't have to
always do.
they don't have to actually print it because it's all digital.
Exactly.
They're just sending it to bank accounts. There's
Basically
no
just like
actually cash.
crypto.
There's nothing to back that money up though.
Right.
It's not like there's all that gold sitting in a reserve somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know if people think that. I hope you don't.
I hope
But
not.
there's nothing backing up this paper that we have. There's no. I mean, the government says we back it up, but what does that mean?
Just because they say what they do, that doesn't mean they follow through.
Well,
with
but I mean,
they
what does
say.
that? But what does that even mean though? Like, how do you
don't
back?
know.
Like,
Yeah.
how do I explain this? Like,
I don't know.
there's it's all about money. Money is intrinsically, we agree on that this dollar equates to X goods and services, depending what those goods and services cost, and now those goods and services are going up. So really, that dollar is worth less.
I was going to say that it's probably worth half. Each dollar is worth half of what.
Well, since when, right? It depends what you're buying right now, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's up technically. Like inflation is like 15%.
Well, here in California, it's always been expensive, but it's even worse now.
Well, that's the interesting thing.
Money ain't going as far
Yeah.
as it used to. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I track my shit every day, bro.
You're what?
Just everything that I spend.
Oh.
Bills, fucking gas, food.
I don't.
And I see... I mean,
I
it's not to
should.
the exact penny. Don't get me wrong.
That's good if you do, because I don't do that. And I should.
It's pretty accurate. I'll just say that.
I'm bad. I never,
You know?
like even when I was a kid and I had a
never
checking
did it
account.
before.
When I was a kid and I had a checking account, I would just be like, I think I have that money in there.
Dude, you know how many bad checks
Now
I
you
used
just
to
look
write
on your phone,
for
right?
like
You're
$5?
I mean, I do look at my phone, you know, every day
What I
and
just
like,
said is not really
where did we
real.
spend money? Did this bill go through? Stuff like that. So I guess I do that, but I don't budget, which I should. But right now,
I've gotten a lot better.
yeah.
For
So
sure.
right now, though, but here's the problem. So here's what's happening right now with all that. If we want to, I don't know if we want to get into all this, but
I want to talk about football.
well, we could talk. So what are they going to? What are they going to do, dude? And that's
You
the
know?
thing. We can talk about. We could just go straight up football, or we can talk about how politics is involved in football and restrictions.
Well,
and
politics is in every aspect of life right now, so it's unavoidable. How much do we really want to talk about politics?
I don't know how fucking stupid are the Cleveland Cleveland Indians for changing their name to the fucking Cleveland Guardians when there's
Cleveland
somebody who already owns that.
Guardians. Yeah, exactly.
They're
Well,
gonna go.
it's
They're
just-
gonna go fight a roller derby league. Like, are
Right.
you fucking? You're gonna go fight a roll? Do you know anything about? You know, we know somebody who does roller derby.
We do?
We went to high school with Shannon O'Connor.
No shit.
Yeah, she's in roller derby.
Like out here still? Not
Yeah,
here, but like LA.
I don't know if she still is. She was in roller derby for many years.
That's
I'm sure
pretty
she's
badass.
The LA. Man, I'm such a dick. Yeah, one time my band was gonna like play one of their roller derby. It ended up not happening. I don't remember why, but yeah, she's in
The
a
Doom
roller
band?
derby league. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yidra.
Yidra.
Can't pronounce Yidra.
Shout out to Yidra.
Yeah, good guys. They're coming back really soon too. They could post it. They got a new
Oh, that's
singer
good.
and
Hey, the world
I hope-
needs more art right now. Bring it on. Anybody
Yeah, I
who's
just hope-
anybody with art, bring it.
I hope they're able
Do
to
it.
play. You know, that's the thing, man. I know a lot of bands are getting excited to play, and I hope it. You know,
Dude,
I
I
hope it
have-
because right now you can.
You can right now.
So hopefully it keeps going.
And unfortunately, my band's not ready yet because all we've been doing is recording. So now we're learning those songs. So
Yeah.
our set isn't yet there yet. We're about halfway done, maybe 60% done.
I'm gonna be at Andy's
know.
show next week.
He canceled it, bro.
Oh, he did.
Yep.
Thanks for letting me know, fucker.
That's why you got your boy Aaron Lavario right here.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey Martino, you should have like tagged people in it. I'm just saying.
We're tagged it in where?
Well, I saw it. He posted it on Instagram.
I have him on Instagram. I didn't see it.
I
Sure,
saw
it had to be Facebook.
yesterday. It's probably both. Because he probably.
Oh,
shares
you know
it to
what? I
both.
might not have seen it yesterday. Yesterday, I was all over the place
I think
yesterday,
it's
and I
yesterday
did not.
Or Wednesday. What's today? Friday?
Yeah,
Yeah, Friday 13th. Duh.
yeah. Yesterday, I was all over Southern California until like early
was
morning
too.
until like I got home at like 10 last night,
Oh, see, that's longer than I was, but yeah.
and I probably
get
just
you.
haven't gone back far enough. Well, fuck Andy, that's a bummer, dude. I was really excited. We had this whole plan.
Brad was gonna
My
get
wife,
wasted, just like the
my
last
wife.
show.
He doesn't even know this yet, but I had my wife was going, her best friend, her husband, who's a big old motherfucker, and to help, we were all gonna
Yeah.
help out because, dude, I love what he's doing over there, man. Like I didn't understand until I went this last
Sure.
time
Well,
that
the
he
last
did.
one was like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. But
Yeah.
so he does it so for people that don't know, our friend Andy Martino, he does these shows at in Santa Clarita at the American Legion Hall, which is
Yeah.
like a veterans
Shout
hall,
out
right?
to Legion Hall.
And he does it for free. He doesn't get paid. The bands don't get paid. Nobody fucking gets paid. Money all goes for the veterans, man.
That's right. Shout
and
out to the
and I didn't
vets.
know. I wish I would have known that because I'd have been fucking. I immediately said, dude. When I found that out, I was like, dude, I will help you whatever you. I'll be at every
You're a
show.
vet, bro.
I know I'm a vet. I owe
So-
I owe them a lot.
Yeah.
So like, I owe them more than they owe me. Let's put it that way. So they've
Alright.
they've done more for me than I've done for them by far. So
Well,
because
you're not
of,
the only one with that story, I'm sure. I mean, that's.
oh, I'm sure there's a lot of us.
very
Yeah,
common.
most people who were
Very common.
in the military and during peacetime, right?
Right.
So, it's really fucking cool though, and I'm really bummed right now, man, that he's
I
not
know.
doing it. Why did he cancel it? Did he say? I should call his ass right now.
Because of everything happening.
I think I could call him in.
Do
Fuck
it.
it. You know what? I have to like get a cord and hook it up to my phone and.
Oh, you want to put them all like on air live?
Yeah.
Like, that would be cool.
But I don't
Well,
want.
But I know you're lazy.
It's not only that, it'll take me 5 minutes of fucking around here, and I don't want to edit the video. So
you can talk to him about it tomorrow
Andy
or whatever.
Well, he really wants to come on too.
Let's have him on.
So, but he's all the way out in Ventura, so maybe we can call him in next time or something.
Let's figure it out next time.
I mean, I am going to call him in next time if you don't mind, because
I don't care.
I didn't want to, because I told him I don't want to do
He's my boy. Dude.
I don't want to do
like together
I know,
years.
but the Zoom thing, dude, it's a pain in the ass, because like I got to figure out
set all that shit up.
I got to figure out the headphone situation. There's like a bunch of shit, or he'll be. I guess we could just have him come through the speakers. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
But it'll be.
Anyways,
it'll be like our first Zoom guest kind of deal.
The bump is such a cool thing, man, and I was really excited to be involved with that. In any way I could, just rip tickets at the door, help bands load in and out, make sure nobody's fucking around, and it's really loose there. Like, it's not like, it's kind of hard to like yell at us to do shit, because we're doing it for free. So it's like, it's really chill.
And everybody typically respects what's going on there. And
once they understand it, yeah.
Knuckleheads, of course.
He said there had been in the past. There wasn't this last show.
That's good.
But I'll shout out the show next time when did he say why he canceled it?
I think it's just because everything going on due to COVID and all that. So, who knows? Maybe he didn't make the call, but we can find out.
Well,
I'm sure he didn't make the call.
Well, I met the captain. They don't have like an owner; it's the captain.
Yeah.
And he was like, "We're not shutting down." So. It's weird there because it's kind of technically a private club, so
they can do whatever they want. Yeah.
I think technically they could do whatever, but he wasn't talking about breaking the law or anything. He was just saying like, unless they make us, and they know they haven't been made.
No,
there's no order, so I don't know. Something obviously happened. That sucks though, man. I was really excited.
Yeah.
Bummer, Andy. I know you'll listen to this. So
who knows? Maybe
I know you're one of the 5 who will listen to this. So fuck,
maybe
man.
6.
Fuck Andy. Not fuck Andy, but. Somebody
like fuck Andy,
man.
Fuck Andy.
I was really looking forward to it. It's like fuck Andy, dude. No, I'm just kidding. Well, shit.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, well that sucks. I hope that's not a precursor of everybody else going to be canceling everything.
Well,
I didn't have any other plans though, so
all I know is that I have some shit booked in October, a few dates for about 2 weeks. But I got the call last week saying that it's possible that it may not be happening. And this isn't even in California, dude. We're talking about, the first show would start in Sac, and then we'd make our way through Utah, Colorado, head up to fucking your old neck of the woods, Wisconsin, Indiana, Iowa.
Fuck, some of those got to be open, but I guess you got to do the whole tour, right? You can't just fuck around and
just do 2-3 shows. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
No,
that makes sense.
Hopefully,
fuck, I might
on the way back.
If I could find, if I was in your shoes and I could find time, I might do a couple anyways. But I don't know how you do the travel and this, like, it's too much.
You got to rent a van, like a Sprinter van.
Yeah, I know, but that's fine. But if let's say you get for some reason Sacramento goes on, but then everything from there to Wisconsin, what do you do for the time in between, and it's not worth it.
Go and enjoy the rest of the country, I guess. Take a
if you got the time. If you got the time, just use it as a vacation, I guess.
And I do. I mean, I make my own hours, make my own schedule. I'm independent, so
fuck. Man.
So we'll see. I do know, and I've heard that.
Are they trying to kill art? Aaron?
I know they don't like art.
Why though?
Because we question everything. That's why.
I should have made some tinfoil hats.
I don't think we need actual tinfoil
I don't understand,
hats.
because if you think about all the things that they left shut down the longest, comedy clubs, music venues.
There's a big... I would agree that they don't like art. They don't like things to go against their narrative.
Music is throughout history... Music is an enemy of totalitarianism and fascism.
100%.
For sure.
Yep. And so is comedy.
Man, that's going to break my brain if I think about that too much.
Don't think about it too much, because I think we already know the answer.
How about them Raiders?
Orale.
I don't even know what's going on.
Vegas Raiders.
You probably know a lot more what's going on with football right now than I do.
I know what's going on with my team. That's all I give a fuck about, obviously.
Pretty much all I know, too.
Right. I know you guys have a situation with Aaron Rodgers.
Not anymore.
Well, did he sign a big contract, or is it just this year?
No, we definitely have a situation.
Yeah, because don't you guys have a guy waiting in the wings?
I'm so fucking mad about it. All I can do is laugh.
Because you guys drafted a rookie last year, right? He was supposed to like be the heir apparent, right?
Yeah, but that's not what this is all about.
Well, let's face it. Rodgers is what, 36, 37 now? He's getting up there.
But dude,
Something like that?
He's right now. He's the best quarterback in the NFL.
Oh,
in my
dude, he'll
opinion.
still play like Tom Brady, 43.
Well, I don't know.
44
He
years
just,
old.
this
he's
could
healthy.
be the year that he falls off, right? We don't know, but I'm just saying. Last year, in my humble opinion, he was. If you were to pick a quarterback for your team of anybody on the and there's some good quarterbacks out there.
There are.
I would pick Aaron Rodgers.
And dude, he's got to be the number one choice for anybody, just with his.
Well, you could
His
say
arm and
people
his
would argue
raw
Tom. People
talent.
would argue Tom Brady. People would argue Patrick Mahomes.
Well, he is the GOAT, Mahomes. Yeah, he's up there for sure.
Yeah, there's a few that they would argue.
If you had a choice, and obviously
for
you're
one
a Packers
season,
fan,
for one season, to pick your quarterback from last season, it would be Aaron Rodgers for me.
it would be Aaron Rodgers.
Is that what you were going to ask? I'm sorry.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For
But
one
they do have an heir apparent. I'm correct, right?
I don't think he's the heir apparent, and that's part of the problem.
So why was he pissed off though?
Okay, so
Let's get into it. Football. Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, quarterback for the Green Bay Packers, who's not a person that I was actually a very big fan of until last year.
Really?
And the reason I became a big fan of Aaron Rodgers last year was because he was going on the Pat McAfee show
I remember that.
every week during the season.
Right.
And I finally got to know him. I mean, I didn't get to know him. I was just watching, right? But I felt like it's the kind of access that I've never experienced with a quarterback or paid attention to with a quarterback, at least where you were able to, and they talked about everything, man, like kind of like we are.
All right.
And he's a very interesting, smart, more humble than you would think human being, and a all in all good guy. Now I don't know him personally, but I tend to not want to know celebrities because you realize
Might
that
ruin
they're
it for
fucking
you.
assholes.
Yep.
But
Yep.
this was the opposite of that, right?
Okay.
I didn't meet him, but I watched a lot of one-on-one with him and realized he's a really cool fucking guy.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden, now I finally like him because for a little bit of history, Brett Favre is my sports hero as well as one of my heroes.
I used to call him Brett Favre.
Everybody does.
Right.
But he is my favorite.
Do you have his jersey?
Of course what do you mean? Of course I do. I
Had to
got
ask.
signed pictures. I got everything,
Oh,
dude.
yeah, okay.
It's not in here. I don't have all my. I have an office in Simi Valley.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have said that. But anyway, I got an office in Simi Valley where all my Packer stuff is.
He didn't say that. Remember that.
I'm barely ever there, so
It's
good
in
luck.
Smee Schmally.
But all my Packer stuff is up on the walls there. All my stuff. I was born in Green Bay. So anyways,
Right.
fucking
It's in your blood. If there's no way you're not going to be a Packers fan.
So everybody thought it was because of Jordan Love that they drafted him.
Jordan Love. That's the guy's name, right?
Yeah, everybody thought it was
Okay.
because of Jordan Love because they drafted Jordan Love, and we just need a couple more pieces to be the team in the NFL. We really do, or did.
Is it defense mostly?
It's a little bit of everything.
Okay.
If I'm being honest. And it's really
Okay.
hard to it's also another thing people don't seem to I don't know why, especially Packer fans don't, because now Packer fans are mad at Aaron Rodgers just like they were Brett Favre. But what Brett Favre
So you guys start the season 5-0, 6-0. You know what I mean?
yeah, but they
Don't forget
were
about it.
really mad at him for holding out, and I mean he didn't hold. I mean he kind of did, but for blasting the
making a
Packers.
point.
But if you didn't see his comeback interview, and what I mean is by that is his first press conference when he showed back up to the facilities, you missed out, and you should Google it. I don't want to show it on here because we'll probably get taken down. And
Oh, for sure we will.
so, but he basically
I'm gonna check it out.
He calls out the entire organization and explains finally that the real reason he has a problem with the Packers is A, they don't utilize him for recruiting. In other words, say you want to go get a top tier free agent wide receiver. Wouldn't you want Aaron
Julio
Rodgers
Jones.
to hit him up?
Yeah, you would think.
Not the Packers.
Like LeBron James does for the Lakers.
Packers want total control. They do not want the players helping out with anything.
Why?
I mean, I assume that it's. I mean, if the assumption.
But are the Packers a publicly owned team? That there's not like
we have a president, we have a general manager.
Right.
They run
Just like
everything.
every team.
Yeah,
right.
They're the only sports team that's publicly owned.
Right.
The only professional sports team, not just football.
Right.
American. I don't know about the world. I'm sure that But
could look at it
anyways,
if we really wanted
he
to.
called out the entire organization and talked about how they get rid of free veterans at the Packers. They just throw them away like they're
Jordy
trash,
Nelson,
and they don't. And
players like that.
Jordy Nelson was
Yep, 'cause
mentioned.
He came to us
Brett
like
Kuhn,
3-4 years ago.
and he wasn't that great, right?
No, he sucked.
Right, because that's the other thing.
I mean, he was okay.
Yeah, and that's my point about that. Kind of circle back to that was people don't understand that it was the same with Brett Favre as it is with Aaron Rodgers. The one thing they have in common is when wide receivers and running backs leave them, they're trash. They're trash on other teams. You're very hard pressed to find one good wide receiver who left Green Bay and became good somewhere else.
Yeah.
Whether it was with Brett Favre or with good luck. Now, Jordan Nelson wasn't trash.
No.
But he just wasn't. Good. And I think Eric Carr is a great quarterback, so I get in that argument a lot with people as well.
I will.
Did I just say Eric Carr?
Derek Carr.
Derek
You're
Carr.
close. You just missed the
What's
T.
his brother?
David.
David. Yeah, Derek Carr.
Yep.
Is a really good quarterback.
Yes, he is.
And I think he
gets hated on because we have. Well, finish your story. I'll get to the Raiders after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but so they throw these players away like trash because of their contracts and stuff. But what that does is it fucks up the locker room. When you got a guy who's really that's what this is him talking. I'm paraphrasing for Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
When you got these guys that are great in the locker room, that's what makes or breaks a championship team.
Yeah.
Is you got to have a good locker room.
Got to have that continuity.
Yep. And when you keep going through these guys who are like the heart and soul of the team and you just throw them away like trash, the other guys notice. That's the culture there.
Yeah.
It probably started before Brett Favre, but it started kind of. He didn't mention Brett Favre, but that's where it really started. That's why I was really upset with the Green Bay Packers with the Brett Favre situation.
I bet.
I thought they disrespected
Especially
him.
when he went to the fucking
I
Vikings.
realize it's a business, but when it's Brett fucking Favre, Brett fucking Favre can play till the fucking and they're not the only teams that do it. They did. San Francisco did it to Joe Montana.
Of course.
The Raiders have done it famously with Marcus Allen.
Dude,
you know
don't
what
get me started there. Yeah.
I left the Raiders because I was a big Raiders fan too. I mean, so, and I still am. They're number 2, but I was a big Raiders fan when they were in L.A.
Yep.
And for a little while after that.
But we had Bo Jackson too, so the whole
till he
thing,
literally ran out of his own hip,
and his hip just shattered basically.
He basically
But then he was still an all-star in baseball.
He ran so
But it's a
hard that
different
he dislocated his hip. It wasn't even a hit.
No, well he got tackled.
But he
got tackled in a way where his hip
that's right.
just like remember like he's running along the sideline.
He like tried to push through the tackle and popped his hip.
Yep.
So much power in those legs, dude.
Greatest athlete of all time, bro.
What a specimen of a human being. The aliens would be looking at him going, we got to check this one out.
Yep.
But anyways, so that's what he talked about, and he threw the entire organization, the upper management, under the bus in this interview, and it was the most refreshing thing I've ever watched in a press conference.
And they still re-signed him.
They don't have a fucking choice, man.
I would think so. I mean, if they didn't re-sign him, how much that fucking town would revolt.
Well, it's not. Well, they didn't re-sign him. He's just finishing out. I mean,
so is this his last year in this contract this season?
It's his last guaranteed year.
Okay.
And he got a little bit more money for this year, but it was never about that.
So do you think they've survived going to the playoffs every year, winning 11, 12 games every year, pretty much, just on his talent alone?
Not alone, but
for
extremely
75%
heavily. And you could argue that about Tom Brady as well.
Of course.
In certain years, especially.
Dude, yeah, don't get me started.
So
I appreciate Tom Brady, but goddamn it, as a Raiders fan, I will never ever let down the fucking tuck rule. But we can talk about that another time.
Yeah.
Because Charles Woodson just got inducted to the Hall of Fame last week, and Tom Brady was there, which is great. Right here, he represented the Raiders and the Packers, of course.
Right.
And there was a clip of Charles Woodson talking to Tom Brady, and you can tell Charles still has that look in his eye. Like, he was talking to Tom, like, hey, what's up, whatever, they're bullshitting. You could tell there was something in his eye, man. Like, he wants Tom to admit that shit was a fumble, bro. You know? And who knows if Tom ever will, but probably not.
I mean, it is what it was, right? if you were a Patriots fan, you'd probably argue the other way.
Of course.
We go through that with the.
But it's pretty blatant.
There's a few with the Packers where we go through. We have those plays. There's the interception that wasn't an interception, and so on and so forth. Or with Seattle, and then we have the.
Was that like that Monday night game a few years ago, where that was that interception where it was like
a playoff
Hail
game?
Mary?
Yeah, it was a Hail Mary.
It was a Hail Mary in the end zone. Right. Yeah.
And it was super pass interference, but it wasn't called, and blah blah blah. Anyways,
Right.
and then
Right.
there's the what's his name from Dallas that catch.
It could be a little corrupt, bro. There's a lot of money in sports. Let's just say that.
I actually agree, though, that there's this one catch in a playoff. It was in a playoff game, or it was to get in. I forget, but it was what the hell is his name from Dallas? The big time receiver from Dallas.
That was Des Bryant.
Yeah, Des Bryant.
Yeah,
I think he caught that ball.
that was a catch.
Anybody who watches sports,
That was a catch.
I'm pretty sure that
Cowboys
was a
fans,
catch.
how do you feel about that?
I
That
mean,
was
if
a
it's
catch, right?
And if it's not a catch, it should be a catch.
But they can't reverse it now, obviously.
No, I just mean like
Right.
in the future or in the rules or whatever, that should be a catch.
It should.
But anyways,
That was
so
a playoff game,
now
by the way. That was
so
like a divisional round game, I believe.
yeah,
I think it was the game to
oh,
get
it was round one.
Was it round one?
Yeah, because you know what? I got a buddy who's
Also, it was a wild card.
I got a
game.
buddy that's a Dallas fan, and he was at my house, and we watched it together. And we didn't kill each other like Republicans and Democrats want to. But anyways, we sat and watched the game together. Packer fans and Dallas fans are not fans of each other.
I know.
People,
this.
which you got to go through a lot of history to understand why.
Of
But
course. That dates back to probably, the 50s? 60s?
I don't know where it began. It just
At
grew
least
and grew and grew.
Lombardi
Anytime, really any two teams that have been around for as long as those have, and there's a lot of like what I call gridiron teams, the teams that have been around forever, Raiders.
Packers, Bears.
Well, the whole
Lions,
North, yeah. Pittsburgh,
Eagles, Redskins,
Eagles.
Giants.
There's no Redskins.
Well, okay.
What are they going to be called?
I'm sorry. I did not mean to say Redskins. Full disclosure here. That team is now referred to as the Washington Football Team.
What are they going to change their name to? It's probably some roller derby's name. That was Cleveland.
The Washington Democrats? No? I don't know.
The Senators would be okay. It's dumb. I mean, I don't know. Why not pick a?
They already have the hockey
What I don't
team.
understand. What I don't understand.
The hockey team's the Senators, though, so they can't call them that.
Well, they could still. They just have to
Right?
make they just make a deal.
No, Ottawa Senators.
They
My
they
bad.
just have to make a. They used to be the Washington
Sorry
Senators
to
was
the
baseball.
NHL fans out there. Didn't mean to.
Baseball had the Washington Senators,
That's right. They
Who
were
knew?
Washington Senators back in the day, like
which I don't know.
100 years ago.
I don't follow baseball real well, but anyways.
I follow it pretty well. I have to admit. Dodgers.
But yeah, what I don't understand is you see, over the last however many years, we've had a lot of teams, expansion teams in the NFL, and there's been expansion teams in other sports, and I don't think there's been a good name yet or a good logo yet. Baltimore's pretty good.
I'm trying to think. What was the last expansion team?
I don't know why they don't think
Was
about
it
that.
Houston?
If you were
The Texans? Because it used to be the Oilers.
the last expansion
So I guess that's
team,
not really
we had the
expansion,
Jags.
Jags.
The Texans came. The Jags and the Texans came in at the same time, if I'm
Like
remembering
early
right.
90s, late mid.
Yeah, but you got
90s.
Baltimore, the Ravens. It was
Yeah.
really just the Cleveland Browns. If that
Right.
doesn't confuse you, because the Cleveland Browns are not really the Cleveland
But
Browns.
then the Colts used to be Baltimore Colts.
It's all
It's-
no, but they didn't. I think the Colts are.
What do you mean? They were the Baltimore Colts.
No, I know, but I think
Johnny
they.
Unitas and all that shit.
I know, but I think they. The Colts now are not the same Colts. Sort of like with the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland
And
Browns
that's
don't.
Colts, not Colts.
The, what I'm saying is the Baltimore Ravens have all the records for the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So that team history still counts for the Ravens now.
Right. The new Cleveland Browns are
Are
they took over.
the Baltimore Colts.
That's what I think.
I think
it's something like that. It's
was a
so fucking stupid.
mishmash thing of how that whole shit worked.
Yeah, we could look it up, but who really gives a shit?
Hey, so
But hold on. But so what I never understood is why they don't make a team. Like if you saw the Cleveland Indians, just to circle back to baseball real quick.
Circle back
With the Cleveland Indians, they're now the Cleveland Guardians.
They will be next year.
Maybe.
Yeah.
They don't have the copyright.
I mean, I hope not.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why that
Why don't they just
fucking
call them
name?
the Tribe? What's wrong with calling them the Tribe?
Or why
Is
not?
that offensive to anybody?
Look.
The word tribe?
Look, I don't mean to just
probably, right?
I don't mean to make it
Stupid
just
question.
a business, but what you want to do is you want to sell merch. What merch sells the best? The Raiders. bitchin' ass, kick ass logo, dope fucking colors.
Right here.
You know what I
I
mean?
love it so much I got fucking tattooed.
If you're a badass, you like the Raiders, you know, right? Or the Ravens or some other ones, black and blue, Steelers.
Right.
But I'm just saying,
even you guys, the big green, yellow. And
we have kind of a trash logo, but
I think it's
been around forever, so it's got history, right?
Exactly.
But like, say you were gonna, you know, like with the LA teams, right? Or like, I don't know what kind of fucking animals and shit they have in fucking Cleveland. But what about like the Scorpions? You'll sell a shit ton of merch. Something fucking badass or something cool.
I like
something
that.
Whatever though. It doesn't
like
have to be
that.
that. It could be the
Right.
fucking screaming eagle. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, sell merch, you dumb fucks. And what are you doing with your color combos?
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. You know what it is? They're fucking succumbing to the fucking woke mob, dude. And that's a problem.
But what's that got to do with the like? You can still have a cool logo.
Of course.
Like, you could still be the
They'll figure
Scorpions
it
or the
out.
fucking.
They'll
I
figure
don't
it out
know.
after
What's
this
another
season.
badass animal? The fucking
Piranhas.
fucking hammerheads.
Yeah.
Fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And I know those are all like manly names or whatever, but I'm just saying you could have a cool fucking name. You could probably sell a lot of merch if you're the fucking unicorns. I'm just saying,
Cleveland woke.
whatever. I'm just saying, sell merch, dumbasses.
Yeah.
You're gonna like nobody went. Oh, I got to get me a Cleveland Guardians fucking hat. Like,
Dude,
what
I can't wait to get that fucking bomber jacket that says Guardians on it.
I don't know. It's fucking stupid, dude.
Hey, can we talk about the Raiders a little bit?
Dude, hit me.
So, every year, just like any football fan with their team, we always think our team is it's our year. You know, we always say at the end of the last season, oh, we lost.
Not everybody, but yeah.
Well, not everybody. Maybe not like Jaguars or.
Yeah, I don't think
whatever,
Jacksonville. Well, I'm sure they say it internally.
but They have some good players over there, but we actually have one of their players now.
Yeah. I actually like the Jags a little bit.
Shout out to football, period. Greatest fucking sport invented, in my mind. And I'm a huge baseball fan. I love boxing.
It's
I
the
love
greatest.
MMA.
It's definitely the greatest
Team sport.
TV sport.
And TV.
It translates really well on TV. Like, hockey's the best sport that I've ever been to live, but it doesn't translate well on TV.
Love it live.
Yeah, it's amazing.
But it's
Nothing
hard
better.
to watch on TV. I know what you mean. So with the Raiders, I think we had to cut some payroll this year.
Why? Who
Well-
the fuck are you paying? You don't have anybody.
Derek Carr makes $25 million a year. We don't have anybody.
That's not crazy. That's not insane for a quarterback, though.
But
They did lower the salary cap.
They did, but we were paying 3 offensive linemen like a total of like 25 or 30 million, bro. So those guys were pretty paid. So we cut them. We got out from underneath that contract, or 3 of those contracts. We're basically replacing our offensive line. I think there's 2 starters, and the guys that we're replacing, center, I think left tackle and right tackle. But they've been there for a couple years already, so it's not like they're new. You know what I mean? So, but here's the thing: Kansas City been in the Super Bowl last 2 years. They don't have a great offensive line. They have a great quarterback, great wideouts, great playmakers.
Did they take some of yours that you got rid of?
No.
I'm just saying, dude, like, offensive linemen, that was what Rodgers was talking about that too, how they got rid of, I can't think of his name, great fucking offensive lineman. Like, I don't know, man. They throw offensive, and then they can't protect the quarterback.
They can't protect the quarterback, right?
And if you can't protect the quarterback, unless you have,
Quarterback can't be running out of the pocket 30 times a game.
well, he can if that's the kind of quarterback he is,
if
right?
he's Mahomes
Yeah.
or Russell Wilson or somebody like that.
And then they
Lamar
end up hurt,
Jackson.
and then they usually end up hurt.
Yeah,
That's the other problem, right?
right. I mean, the quarterback.
You can get hurt standing in the pocket too, but I'm saying as soon as
But
you
that's
cross,
where you prefer
as soon
to be
as
a
you cross that
quarterback.
line of scrimmage,
your open season.
it's a whole nother ball game,
Yeah.
my friends.
Your head's on a swivel.
Yeah.
So as far as my Raiders go, look, do I think we're going to go to the Super Bowl and win it? Probably not. Do I hope that? Of course. I do think we've upgraded defensively, and that was our weakest spot. And forever, we've sucked defensively.
I
We're
think-
always like the bottom 5 every year in every major defense category.
You know what gives you a good advantage this season is that you're in Vegas.
100%. And the fans will be there.
Well, the reason being is I don't know if
Hopefully.
you heard, but they're going to instead of delaying and rescheduling games, if your team comes out with, let's say your team has a COVID outbreak before a game,
You have to forfeit.
you forfeit.
Right.
So, is that a league rule or is that an area rule? So, in other words, like say you're
I don't know.
say you're the 49ers in a super lockdown place, right?
Yeah.
You might have to give up a lot of games.
Might.
But if you're in Vegas, although Vegas does get locked down too, but bet they'll let them play football.
They'll definitely let them play football.
But it might be an NFL thing, so it might not matter where you are.
That's true. I did hear
That's
about
a weird
that.
way to do shit, though.
And I thought that was kind of bullshit that the team would have to forego.
I don't think they're going to do that. I think
Wins
I think they're
and
trying
money.
to. I think the NFL is trying to scare their players into getting vaccinated,
That's all it is, bro. It's all fear based, of course.
and then they're not. And then they're going to walk that back. Well, I don't know if it's. Yeah, I guess fear based is the.
It's definitely fear based.
Well, they're just trying to make money. I don't think the NFL has a political agenda. I think the NFL has a.
Oh, I think they have a political agenda.
I don't think they. I think they have a financial agenda.
Well, financial and political kind of go hand to hand nowadays.
Well, what I mean is, I don't think like. They're trying to like make COVID bigger than it is or something like that. That's not what they're trying to do. It's just like everybody, like the UFC wants everybody vaccinated just because they want to be able to fucking have fights.
Right.
That's
No,
all
I
it
get
is.
that.
You know,
Yeah,
so I think they're thinking the same thing. Like, if we can just get all these players to get vaccinated, this is another reason I got vaccinated. If I'm being perfectly honest, is then I can turn around and go, "I'm vaccinated." What do you mean? You see what I'm saying?
I know.
So it's like, get off my shit. What do you mean? I'm gonna fucking play, right?
But it's just this world that we live in, though. Now, it's even if you're vaccinated, somehow that won't be good enough later.
Well,
on.
that's but then I'll be able to.
So fucking confusing.
I'm still gonna fight. I'm not fighting anybody, but what I'm saying is I still champion. I'm not a champion. I still believe you should not have to get vaccinated, and I don't believe
Especially
it. And
if
I
you're,
don't
if
believe
you're
in
testing negative.
And I don't believe
right?
in lockdowns at all.
I don't either. Never
At
have.
all. And whatever that makes me.
All they do is stunt people's.
But now that I'm
everything.
vaccinated, I can fight. I if I wanted to, I guess I could fight even more and say I'm vaccinated. I'm gonna go do what I want.
Fuck you, bitch.
I did what you asked me to do. So.
Well, Dr. Fauci himself, Lord Fauci, has said
I'll wear a mask
you
if
can
that's
do whatever you want if you're vaccinated.
I'll wear a mask if that's what Lord Fauci and everybody wants.
Yeah.
You know, but this lockdown is where we're really gonna start. See, I don't know.
I just hate restrictions completely, dude. I
so
will die on that fucking hill. I do not like restrictions. I get why there are restrictions, but they're too much. They're too draconian. They're too fucking. They're very Nazi, socialist, communist. I mean, it's just.
Well, they're unconstitutional in many ways.
And this administration does not respect the Constitution.
Well,
if we're really.
I don't know if
going there. You know. I mean, Biden himself said any constitution or any amendment can be repealed.
Look, I don't listen to.
Was he serious?
I don't listen to.
I hope not.
I don't listen to anything that fucking crazy fucker says because that dude is so far fucking gone. I'm sorry, dude. Like
that man is the leader of the
look,
free world.
I'm a straight up independent. I think the Republicans can kiss my ass and the Democrats can kiss my ass, but that motherfucker he's not all there. Like he's just not, man. Bro. He's just not.
That's a whole rabbit hole we can go.
So he's not making decisions. Well, let's finish. We were talking about the NFL.
Yeah.
So I think the NFL just wants to be able to have fucking football games. So they're using a little bit of scare tactics.
And they want to make money. The owners, they lost a fucking buttload of money.
Enough where they had to lower the salary cap, right?
Yep.
Did they really though? But anyways.
Does it really affect them when you're worth $18 billion?
Well, the bigger thing was not having fans. Fuck, man. In LA here we got this brand new stadium. I don't even have they had an event at it yet? I don't think they've had any event at it yet.
I don't think they have. They were supposed to have a bunch of concerts. And
what did that cost? You know what I mean? What did that
heard,
cost?
I think it was like $5-6 billion.
What did that cost the taxpayers?
Oof.
How many jobs never started?
I saw a really cool documentary about it.
Oh, did you? I don't know a lot about it. I'm kind of talking out my ass a little bit.
I don't know a lot about it either, but I do know somebody's going to have to get their money back, and I'm sure the owners.
Well, they'll just file
not happy.
They'll just file bankruptcy, and I don't know. We'll see.
Hopefully we're going to. In a perfect world, everything will be fine this year. You're not going to have every player vaccinated because every player doesn't want to be vaccinated. If you have a good majority and they test positive or negative, I should say, and they go through all their protocols and practice and all that, there should be no issues. You know,
I don't know.
let's have some normalcy for fucking.
Well, I just think that
sake.
I think we're at a point. I think that we're at a point with all the different variants, and that, like, at this point, it looks like it's going to go on forever with variants.
Yeah, probably.
That we have to learn to live with it. And when we're talking about football, so
take care of ourselves.
You know, say a Dodgers game, or let's use the new stadium. Is it SoFi?
SoFi.
Yeah. So the new
right there in Inglewood.
What is SoFi?
SoFi is
It's a company, right?
It's a company, and I want to say they're an investment company.
I'm not going to look it up because I'm not trying to endorse anybody.
Yeah, no, they do investments.
Who gives it? I was just curious. Yeah. I mean, I know, like, Miller is. Actually, you know what?
Miller's a cheap piss beer.
I don't think the Packers are. I don't think it's Miller anymore.
You mean they're sponsored by them?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So I don't know who they are now.
I think the Raiders were sponsored by Modelo or Corona.
Well, I mean, the stadium sponsored. Whatever SoFi Stadium.
I didn't realize their stadium. I thought it was just Lambeau Field.
That's
called it.
That's what it is, but it's.
But there's a corporate tie-in to it.
I think it was Miller. Nobody called it that, though.
I was going to say, I don't remember anybody.
But when you walked in, it was Miller Field on the. Or Miller, whatever.
So I guess that's the only way you know is if you're at a game there.
Well, I think they call it that during the games and stuff, but it's hard not to say Lambeau Field.
Of course, right?
But anyway, so.
It's legendary
back to this. So, if you're afraid that you're going to get COVID, don't go to the fucking game.
Yep.
That's it.
I got to be honest with you, bro. I've had opportunities to go to Dodger games this year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be around people because I'm not vaccinated.
That Giants game, dude.
Which one? Don't talk to me about that, bro. When the guy fucking checked his swing.
No.
Is that the one you're talking about?
I was talking about the crowds.
Which one?
You didn't see all the fights?
Oh, dude, yeah, in the Astros game too.
That's what I meant. Did I say Giants? The Astros game.
I'm sure there were fights with the Giants.
Oh, that's
our fucking mortal enemy.
No, but the Astros Astros had never been back to Dodger Stadium.
The fucking cheating scandal.
What is Dodger Stadium? Is it Dodger Stadium?
No. They were here in 2018 after they beat us and won the World Series, quote unquote. But nobody knew they were cheating yet.
No, there was no. Since we found out they were cheating. They were.
This is their first time here since we found out they were cheating. With fans. Yep.
Because they didn't have fans.
They came here last year for 2 games.
With no fans.
No fans. Cardboard cutouts.
It was bad. It was bad. There was fights.
I bet there were.
If you went to
it didn't seem like there was a lot of Astro fans there, to be honest with you.
Well, not
because we played in Houston a couple months ago, and we fucking had like 3,000 to 5,000 people there. Easily.
There were no Astros fans by the time the Dodger fans got done with them at that game.
Fucking mopped them up, bro.
Well, look. I've been to a lot of sporting events in my day,
bro.
And if you go to, I think if you go to just about any stadium and you flaunt the other team, I mean, like,
well, you flaunt a team that fucking got caught for cheating. And
here's
here's
the craziest things I've seen at the Coliseum. I watched a Steeler fan die. Didn't know he died at the time.
Yeah. Raiders and Steelers. I went to one of those games.
And this Steeler fan had I'm talking a giant flag. Like, not even a flag that you would hang out in front of your house.
Wow.
Like, twice that size.
Wow, really?
On a pole.
In front of Raider fans.
Running up and down the fucking stands. He got beat the shit out of him and dumped onto the field. And then the ambulance or
I didn't know
paramedic.
About all that, bro.
Well, we didn't at that time.
Holy
we didn't have. This is in like
shit.
89, 90, 91, somewhere in there.
That's right around when I went, dude.
Yeah.
1990, I want to say. Like the year that we had Bo Jackson was still there.
Yep.
Marcus Allen and Bo Jackson in the backfield. I think, who was our quarterback? Like Jay Schrader or somebody like that.
We had Schrader and, if you remember, Schrader and...
Mark Wilson, maybe?
No.
Berline?
Yeah, they shared.
Berline was like the OG backup quarterback for like 18 teams.
They shared duties. I don't know if it was that year, but because I used to go to Raider Day and shit and get all the autographs and...
I went to one of those.
Yeah. Out in Moore Park.
Yep.
And
I went to a Raiders-Cowboys game with my pops in Oxnard. It was like a scrimmage.
Well, yeah, I think Dallas for a while.
They've trained out there.
Dallas
I think they still do.
Does Dallas still do Oxnard?
I think so.
I don't know where the Raiders do anymore, but they used to be in Moore Park.
Just Vegas.
But anyways,
yeah.
Threw the guy on the field, I don't know.
That's fucking fucked.
And then they pulled him away. But we found out like weeks later that he died because we didn't have internet or, You know, it wasn't
Sure.
like something that.
This is when we were in high school.
Yeah, we found out weeks later that he was fucking dead.
Yeah.
I've been to. This was actually at a Giants game when I used to live up near San Francisco. Me and my brother went to a Giants game.
Giants Dodgers.
No, Giants Padres.
Oh, okay.
And this Padres dude in the I don't know what they call it there, but it's like the pavilion for us, right?
Okay. Yep.
Pops up an umbrella that's like a a Padres helmet.
Okay.
Like, and he starts running up. Fucking pounced, bro.
I bet.
And
I bet.
every Dodger game I've ever gone to where somebody did something like that, at the very least they got everything thrown at them.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Beers, candy, popcorn,
Baseballs.
bobbleheads, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
But I think that happens at most stadiums if you overly you're asking for fucking trouble.
You
And if
can't
you're in
do
LA,
that.
you got to understand, if you're in LA, not everybody in LA is fucking nice.
No.
My sister-in-law went to the Packers San Francisco game, playoff game back in the day in San Francisco.
Okay.
Went back in the Favre days. I don't remember what this. Anyway, she had a cheese head on.
Yeah.
She went on her way to the bathroom, dude. She basically got fucking accosted. I mean, they finally
Dude, 49ers fans don't get it near enough credit as Raider fans do as being the most violent fan base. I have heard from 49ers fans that they're fucking worse, bro.
Well, it makes sense if they're anything like Giants fans, but I
Yes.
would not guess that at all.
Yes.
Well, their stadium's not in San Francisco. It's in
Now it's like San Jose, isn't it? Or
well,
no,
it was,
Santa
but it
Clara
wasn't even.
or
It never
whatever.
was in Santa.
Oh, you're talking about the original
Candlestick wasn't in. It was in.
Well, no,
was in Santa-
Candlestick was right there on the water in San Francisco.
Oh, was it?
But then they had another stadium, I think.
It's across the bridge and whatever.
But now it's like what, Levi's Stadium or whatever
I
it's
don't even
called.
know. It's in San Jose.
I think, dude.
Whatever, dude.
I think.
I guess that's like the Angels calling themselves the LA
Yeah,
Angels.
fuck that. I hate
They
that.
should have just kept California.
They should have just kept California. But they had to do it. I get it why they did it.
I don't.
They used the LA marketing. They used the LA
It
name.
didn't work. Nobody from
Apparently it
nobody
worked.
from LA likes the Angels. Now you might be from Orange County, move to LA, and you can stay an Angels
Maybe,
fan, but
yeah.
they didn't gain a fan base by that. If you don't live in Orange County, you're not
I
going
do
to an
have
Angels
to thank
game.
the Angel franchise for giving us Albert Pujols, the future Hall of Famer, for practically nothing.
Yeah.
They're still paying his $25 million contract this year, or 30.
Yeah.
I think we paid like a couple $100,000, if that. And that's a drop in the pan for those guys.
A couple pesos and a taco.
Maybe a beer,
Yeah.
you know?
Maybe one of those Coronitas. You ever go to...
I remember those Coronitas.
You would go to... It was funny. I
Yeah.
remember when I was like 18, we went to Tijuana for the first time because you could drink when you're 18.
Yep.
And it was, 2 beers for $1, 2 beers for $1. So we sit down and we have 2 beers,
Yep.
and you had to buy like some tortilla soup or something.
Right.
And it's a one Corona and a Coronita.
Yep.
Which is like half a beer.
Yeah.
Anyways,
It's
whatever.
the junior. The mini.
Whatever.
Good times. Memory lane, bro.
But yeah, I don't know, man. It's going to be a weird year for everything. I haven't even heard from my fantasy league. I don't even know how you would.
Fantasy. I've never done it, bro. I don't know how it works.
I do it with my son and like some of his buddies and stuff.
Let's just say
I won
this.
2 years ago. It was
Did
the
you?
first time I had played in like 15
Did
years.
you win? Like actually win? Like
Yeah.
money?
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, no, there's no money involved in fantasy
Oh.
football.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just say this.
Or no, that was last season. What the fuck am I talking about? I won last season.
Nice.
Or no, 2 seasons ago. I apologize.
I just want my team to fucking win when it matters. The last 3 years, we're like 6-2 heading into fucking November. 5-3, still in the hunt for the playoffs, right? Every year we fucking choke, and we play cold weather games. Our offense sucks. Our defense sucks. That's the only bad thing I could really say about Derek Carr is that he's not a really good cold weather quarterback. But obviously he's from Bakersfield.
I just don't think he's got.
State.
I think everybody's a bad quarterback when you don't have what you need around you.
Of course.
That's the end of the story.
I do have to say that our offense, I think we were a top 10 offense last year. I think we can be that again. Now,
but
can we play defense?
But you need to be if your defense can't stop the other end of the.
That's what I'm saying. I know. We could score 30 points a game, but we're going to give up 32.
Yeah.
That's not a winning formula, obviously.
Right.
So maybe cut that in half. I'll be good with that.
I think the Raiders, this is where I'm going to be a little bit, I'm going to talk some shit. The Raiders and the Packers.
Talk it.
The Raiders and the Packers, in my opinion, have the biggest core the same, excuse, not the biggest, but they have the same core problem. And the core problem with the Packers and the Raiders is that there is no respect for the fans from the upper management. And what I mean by that is they know that whether you go 2-15, or you go, or 2-16, or no, what am I saying? 2-14.
No, it's actually 17 games now.
Yeah, so 2-15
for the first time.
Or you go 15-2, you're going to sell out every game and you're going to sell a shit ton of merch.
Right.
End of story. And the Packers have been like that forever. That's why we were so bad for so long before Brett Favre, because they still sold out the fucking stadium.
Yeah, of course.
And they still sold a shit ton of merch. And the Packer fans and the Raider fans are loyal as you'd be really hard pressed.
Probably the most loyal.
The only arguments I'm trying to think who would be, maybe you could say
probably New England.
A lot of the gridiron teams.
Yeah.
New England now.
Yeah, New England now.
They were the joke of the league.
Well, within the last 20 years since Brady.
Interesting thing about Tom Brady, when I first started watching football, the Patriots and the Buccaneers were the jokes of the fucking league, and it wasn't even close.
Patriots had was it not even like before Drew Bledsoe? Who the fuck did they have?
Exactly. Who the fuck did they have?
Right.
Tampa Bay had Vinny Testaverde.
Right, and Doug Williams going way back.
Well,
like
Doug
70s, early 80s.
Well, Doug Williams was Washington.
No, I think he started Tampa.
Oh, did he?
And then went to Washington.
Well, did he win it? No, he didn't win it. Did he win a Super Bowl?
Yeah, he beat the fucking Elway Broncos.
Yeah. That's a name you don't hear enough, Doug Williams. You know who's the most underrated quarterback of all time for history's sakes?
Warren Moon.
Warren fucking Moon.
I knew you were going to say that, bro.
Warren Moon.
That guy was legendary.
Warren Moon.
Straight out of L.A., too.
Yeah. If he would have been able to play his whole career in the NFL.
Yeah, because didn't he play like 7 or 8 years in Canada or something shit like that?
Was it Canada?
I think it was.
Wherever it was.
That's the only other NFL league.
I mean, he had the most beautiful ball.
Yeah.
Well, you know what was crazy is him and Everett. I think him and Everett were the first West Coast offenses, right?
Jim Everett.
Yeah, the Rams.
Yeah.
Remember when him and Everett were just throwing like crazy yardages that nobody had.
Yeah.
People were like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, Dan Fouts too, from Chargers. He was kind of West Coast offense,
but he wasn't. Maybe not. Whatever, the long ball, throwing a lot of long touchdowns and multiple touchdown games on the regular,
like 50 yards.
There was that one year. I don't know what year it is, but Warren Moon and Everett were just going back to back with like every game 300 plus yards, whatever.
Yeah.
Multiple touchdowns, and we really hadn't seen a lot of that in the past. And they were long balls, throwing bombs, but they both had their spirals were so perfect, man.
Yeah.
And Warren's, he just looked so effortless.
Yep.
You know,
like
he might be. He probably should be regarded as, if not the GOAT, top 2 or 3 of all time.
He's got to be in the Hall of Fame though, even with his shortened NFL career.
I'm sure he is.
He's got to be top 10.
But he doesn't get talked about.
No, I know.
When they talk about the GOATs, nobody ever mentions.
Was he their quarterback? No, I don't think he was. Maybe he was.
Well, it's not like
they blew it against Buffalo.
It's not like they had a bunch of Super Bowls or anything.
No,
but he was incredible.
Yes, he was.
He was incredible.
But didn't he play for somebody else too besides Houston, or was that the only team?
I feel like he was on the Oilers.
That's what I'm saying. Was that the only NFL team he was on, or did he go somewhere else?
No, Warren Moon, Minnesota.
Warren Moon. Oh yeah, Minnesota.
That's when he really put up numbers. He was with the Oilers and put up numbers.
And then he went to Minnesota.
Yeah, I was talking about his Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
That's when he hit it like another level. And then I don't know what happened to him. See, and I should know that.
I think he just retired because he probably just played like...
I don't know.
He did 6-7 years in fucking Canada and then probably did 10 years here.
It was probably racism.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not even like saying that to be like a joke because there was a lot of racism back then.
Of course.
This is in the 80s, there was...
Yeah,
anyways.
80s, 90s for sure.
Yeah, there was a lot. There was a lot going on.
Yeah.
I think actually if you watch his life story, and I shouldn't talk out of my ass, but I feel like there was a racist element, like they didn't want him in the league or something. and that's why he was playing in Canada or somewhere
And he
like
was
that.
good too. He wasn't just
Well, he
a
was
guy.
way good,
Right.
Because the quarterback was like, at least the quarterback's still white.
I know.
Sort of like hockey, right?
Yeah.
Well, at least hockey's still the white, middle-sized white boy sport.
Right.
You know what I mean? You
Right.
still hear that. Let's be honest.
Of course, that'll never go away.
I still
bro.
hear that.
Of course.
Not from hockey players, but I hear that from
It's just
white
a
people.
certain element of society that's who they are. That's
well.
what they
I think a
grew
lot
up
of
with.
white people feel like they feel like they're a dying breed or something. I don't know.
I could.
You see it a
agree
lot,
with
like
that,
when there's
yeah.
a few years ago there was a really good white running back. Not that long ago.
You're talking about.
He made it onto the cover of Madden and everything.
Yeah, I want to say he played for Cleveland.
Yeah,
He was
what the fuck is his name?
I don't remember.
That's how not that great he actually
Peyton
was.
Hillis.
That's it.
I want to say.
No, wait, was it
How
Peyton
the
Hillis?
fuck did I pull that out of my ass?
But anyways, everybody was like, wow.
Shout out to Peyton Hillis,
And then you
bro.
still get that with wide receivers, they're always slot wide receivers. right?
Always.
But you see a lot of, let's
Julian
just say
Edelman.
you see a lot of Edelman jerseys on white boys.
Yeah. Right.
So
You don't see Edelman jerseys.
I'm never
on
gonna
black
sit here.
guys.
I'm
I'll
never
just
gonna
say
sit
that.
here and tell anybody there's no racism out there. I guess that's a little bit of racism.
There's
but
racism.
I don't know if that's
in
racism
all
though.
factors, though. Let's face it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Everybody hates everybody, bro.
Yeah, they do. They do.
I would write a song title and write a song with that title, but Phil Anselmo beat me to it. Super Joint Ritual. Shout out to Super Joint Ritual. They did have a song on their first album called Everybody Hates Everybody. Or Everyone Hates Everyone. Same shit.
I think there's a lot of truth to that.
There is.
Yeah.
But all we hear about is white people hating black people. And
Well, that's a
course
whole
that's
different.
true.
Yeah, the way
Of
that
course, but-
it has gotten progressively better. One thing people I wish they would understand, because we've been around for a minute, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're not old as fuck, but we're up there a little bit, and we've seen it all.
We're wise
and we've been in L.A.
experience, bro.
We lived through Rodney King, and we lived through OJ, and we lived through riots, and we lived through we've seen a lot of shit.
a lot of shit.
Rampart.
Oh,
And-
Rampart. Yeah,
and,
that's
and
right.
on and on and on, right?
Not to
It
mention
has
all the gang
progressively
violence.
it has
Shit.
progressively gotten better since then.
It has.
And you don't hear it as much at all from younger people.
You don't
So
hear about a lot of corruption.
we are
anymore,
not in the midst
at least
of
police-wise.
whether we are not in the midst of a racial injustice,
No.
craziness that happened out of nowhere. Like, it's just I don't know what's going on. It doesn't make any sense. But
Well, a lot of it's media-driven too. Let's face it.
I think that is what it is.
That's kind of like the made-up shit. Because honestly, bro, like, I'm not saying it doesn't exist. Of course it does. But me personally, I've had encounters with every single race of person for years, and
Yeah.
especially in the last year and a half since George Floyd and all that shit happened.
Dude, even back when we were in
No
high
big
school.
deal. White people talking to black people, Asians talking to Hispanics. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not as bad as they're saying it is. I'm just saying that.
When we were in high school in
You
the
know?
late 80s, early 90s, like, we're in a very heavily white suburban area,
Right.
but there were Asian guys, there were
Plenty of Latinos.
black people, Latinos. We'd had
Yeah.
some problems with
few Middle Easterns.
we did have, and
Not
it
a
wasn't
lot,
that they were
but a few.
Latinos. We did have the problems with the gangs, the Mexican gangs
Yeah. Yeah.
from a certain area out here.
Yeah. We don't have to name the area, but I know what
But-
you're talking about.
They were getting bussed in, but I mean, they were, it was a weird situation for them. They didn't speak English, and there were some problems with them and some of the football players. But anyways,
Yeah.
that was actually over women. It
I
wasn't
was
really.
gonna say it's always over a chick, dude.
Yeah, that was over chicks because
Yeah,
they
of
had to
course.
walk. Their classroom was right next to the weight workout room.
Yep.
And when they would walk by the weight workout room, once in a while a dumbass would say something to one of the girls because they were beautiful.
Yep.
Not all of them, but I mean they had every race has beautiful women, right?
Yeah.
So somebody would say something, and they have a boyfriend, and then that boyfriend's kind of a gangster, and he's got to be like, "What's up?" And and the guy shouldn't have said,
gotta
stupid
protect his whole shit, bro.
What
Yeah.
there and I don't want to. There's not a race like. There's not a lot of racism out there right now. There
No.
actually might be more in the last year and a half because they're ramping it up and it's making people racist.
Yep.
But there's a lot of what you might call prejudice, or like
certain ways of
this
certain mentalities.
There's like that. There's certain jokes about certain races that Asians are good at math or something like that.
Right.
I don't know if that's racist.
I don't think it's
one,
racist.
it's kind of a joke, and two, there's a little bit of truth to it sometimes. So,
There's a little bit of truth to all of it, honestly.
I don't know if you would call that prejudice or racism or what you would
Dude,
call
I've
that.
had an Asian guy, like you were just saying, I've had an Asian guy make fun of himself because he knows he's good at math.
Yeah. Oh, but my point was, like, in high school, like, I had black friends, I had Asian friends, and we were a little school. I mean, there weren't a lot of them, but we didn't. I look back and realized that they were Asian or black or whatever, but it wasn't a thing. They were just at our school, and we were just friends.
We're just friends, exactly. We didn't put a label on it.
And now everybody's starting to label it again. It's like they're trying to separate everybody again, and I don't like that. I'm not down for that. I'm not down for like everybody learn your race and like, no, man, let's just all hang out.
CRT and all that shit that's going on now.
Yeah.
But that's another thing, of course.
That's getting shot down. Actually, California shut that down recently.
Yeah, it's getting shut down in a lot of places.
I didn't read the whole article.
Thank God, because that's fucking racist.
Yeah, fucking Bill Maher called it. Bill Maher had on Ben Shapiro.
Yes, last week.
Bill Maher, I think it was last week. Yeah.
Yeah, Bill Maher, a complete liberal,
way left,
is not agreeing with any of this critical race theory.
Right. I mean, I think it's. The guy was arguing on his show that he's like, well, I want to be. We need to teach history, and like nobody argues that. Like, yes, we should know the history, but let's not like. You don't have to amplify shit.
Wait,
so you don't have to say, huh?
Who was saying that?
I can't remember the guy's name, but
not Ben Shapiro.
No, the other gentleman.
Okay. See, I didn't watch that episode.
You should watch it.
Watch it.
Watch it on. There's probably highlights on YouTube.
Yeah, I'll pull it up for sure.
It's really good. But anyways, he was saying, they were arguing about critical race theory.
Yeah.
Ben Shapiro and this other gentleman, and
what was his
the
point?
other gentleman got his ass handed to him.
Oh, of course he did. None of those people who defend it can win an argument.
You can't defend it because the only way you can defend it is lie.
You're right.
About what it is.
Yeah.
That's what he was doing. He was saying it's critical race. We're just trying to teach history, and they're like, both of them were like, wait, but it's not about history.
It's not about history, exactly.
So
if they're really trying to teach history, stop taking down fucking rocks in the University of Wisconsin that supposedly represent racism. Did you hear about that, bro?
No,
dude, look it up.
A rock.
A rock.
Well,
a rock that was there supposedly since 1920 something at University of Wisconsin has now been removed because it was called racist for whatever reason.
Hey, we weren't around back then. That rock might have been a racist piece of shit.
That rock might have had some issues.
That rock might have
trying to figure itself out,
That rock might have rolled down the side of a highway and killed a bunch of Filipinos, for all we know.
And then found its way back to its home on campus.
Well, they probably took it because they were so happy they killed all those Filipinos, and they were like, "Look at this! It was a trophy of Filipino killing." I don't know. Like, I don't know that story.
Somebody would make sense of that.
I don't know.
Some of these woke people would make sense of that.
We could look it up, but it sounds like a total fucking joke. So I don't want to. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying
that is true though.
A lot now. See, and that's the other thing too. That like a lot of the statues they've been taking down and stuff, right? Like some of them, it's like, well, what the fuck are you doing? And other ones, you're like, kind of like, yeah.
Some of them are like, okay, I get it, but again, it's still part of our history: good, bad, ugly, and different.
Well, a lot of them are garbage. I don't know if you know about that.
I do.
Like they're pieces of shit because they were put up to scare black people.
Of course.
So there is that.
Yeah, but
there
not
is that.
Every statue that was up.
No.
Represented that. No. Those were a few out of many.
No.
But it makes it seem like every single one
was
racist.
It seems like they're backing off a little bit. I think they realized they jumped the shark, and they realize people are
saying. I haven't heard that for a while.
I say it all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a good one. I like it.
You know what it's from? You know what it's from, right?
Yeah, Fonzie.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Happy Days.
Yeah.
That's only our generation and boomers would only get that.
And I will say social media, and I'll get a lot of shit for this.
Speak it.
Social media jumped the shark when they canceled Donald Trump.
Oh, 100%.
I'm not a Donald Trump fan, but you can't cancel a sitting fucking... You can't... In my humble opinion...
Very obvious why they did.
You can't stifle a sitting president of the United States' ability to reach his constituents.
Well, that just goes to show you who's really running things, right?
Well, the problem is that, these social media companies need to be treated more like a utility at this point.
Agreed.
You know, that's really kind of, I think, where we're at. They need to be like, you know,
they need to be
treated
taken
like
down a
utility.
peg or two. Honestly, they
Well,
have way too much control and power. Let's face it.
They need to just let it go. In other words, like, say what you're gonna say. We're not even gonna fucking look.
Yeah, exactly. But
unless there's a threat of violence or child pornography. Or something that's gonna, you know, get them in trouble.
Something that's definitely controversial that everybody would agree upon.
I guess you could argue that's why they're doing it now, is because they're getting in trouble from the current administration. But I don't know.
Well,
actually, they've admitted that that's true. So I don't, you know.
They have. I know, dude. I know. It's a big shit show, brother. It's a big shit show.
But anyways, you can't.
And we're all just sitting here
for all you super left people, if Facebook took down Biden, I don't think you'd be too happy either.
They wouldn't.
You know, or Clinton or whoever, name a person, right?
Obama.
And that's the other thing with what happened to Cuomo.
Ha!
Which I have a lot of opinions on that.
So do I.
But
and I'm not laughing. The women that had to endure his wrath, I feel for you.
Of course
you
not. But
do
I'm
not
just
deserve
saying
that at all.
Everybody knew that was coming. Everybody knew that you
Yeah.
eventually eat your own, man, with these types of policies.
Dude, do you know that he went on, I think it was last summer, he went on Jimmy Fallon and was basically downplaying his whole Playboy fucking Lothario image.
It's not even that. The media,
You know?
the media kind of built that image up
Of
there on The View and
course.
stuff. They were trying to get him
Of
dates.
course.
It's all
Right.
so weird.
Right.
But then, like, I mean,
My
you know,
God.
I don't know if my name
world
was
we
if
live
my
in.
name was Joe Biden, I'd be sweating right now because he's got some shit out there too.
If I was Joe
then
Biden,
if
I'd
my
just be
name
worried
was-
if I was going to wake up tomorrow.
If my name was Bill Clinton, I would wonder how the fuck I'm not in more trouble than I am.
Well, he's protected. Let's face it. Everything that is controlled is
all
controlled by a
fault-
certain party. They control everything.
The wizard is being unveiled, like the Wizard of Oz. You know what I mean?
The drape's going to be pulled.
Drape's being pulled back. No, I think
Yeah.
it's being pulled back. I think we're in the midst of it.
Yeah, it's taking a little while. It's like this right now.
Cuomo's a big one, dude.
It's getting to be open a little bit. It is a big
Yeah.
one.
Because you
Who's
got
next?
really well. I mean, I don't know about next, but I mean on that side, on the super left side,
Yeah.
you got Biden, and I don't know if I'd call Fauci super left, but Fauci's. This is not a sexual.
He's a puppet for the.
Well,
left.
it's not that. He lied to us in the beginning, and I don't think we should forgive him for that.
We should never forgive him for that. He's
I
the
don't-
reason why
I don't think that-
doing all this shit here.
This is not like a and a lot of people have said with that, well, Trump probably told him to say that. Well, then Trump's a piece of shit too.
I don't think Trump had anything to do with it, bro.
I actually have a theory.
I don't see him being a part of any of that. I think because he was so hated because he did call out the media for years. Everything was fake news. He was so against everything that they were doing. He had nothing to do with it, in my opinion. I'm not like the biggest Trump supporter. I'm just saying.
Here's what I think.
That's what I think.
And this is purely just an opinion, but a speculation, right?
Yeah.
Here's what I think may have happened with Trump and Fauci. The pandemic hit. They found out that it came from Wuhan, and Trump went to Fauci and he said, "Is this us? Because we're partially responsible for funding the lab, right?"
Yep.
And he said, "Maybe," and he said, "Fuck. Well, I guess we're in this together." That's what I think happened. And he was stuck with Fauci, and Fauci was stuck with him. That's what I think happened.
But do you really think Trump had something to do with funding that, though?
No, well, not necessarily. But
Okay.
he should. But the argument would be he should have known about it. And then he's trying to win an election, right? And to come right out of the gates and say, "Yeah, it came from Wuhan. Looks like it came from the Wuhan lab. And also, by the way, we funded the Wuhan lab." He's not going to win that election.
No, definitely not.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
So that's my little made up theory that I haven't heard out there.
There was some sort of press conference right after all this happened, and Trump was talking. he stepped aside, and I don't remember who it was that took the podium. I wish I could remember at this point, but you could hear Trump in the background saying, "You should have told us. You should have told us."
Yeah, I mean, I
don't know what that means exactly, but
Yeah.
he sounded very sincere. If for president and a politician, I don't think he knew something, but I don't think he was led on to everything.
Yeah, I mean, all the
But
evidence.
we can just sit here and speculate.
All the evidence that we have right
night,
now,
you know?
all the evidence that we have right now says that Fauci knew that it was at least probable, or at least possible, that it came from the lab in Wuhan.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So with that, and you start just kind of connecting dots, conspiracy, being a little bit of a conspiracy theorist. I think that's what happened. And then when Biden got into office, he went to Fauci, and Fauci said, "Look, man, maybe," and Biden said, "Shut the fuck up for a little while." I just fucking got here. You shut the fuck up.
Don't fuck me up. I don't know how much longer I'm going to live anyways.
Yeah.
I'm 80 and I can barely even finish sentences.
Because he had already championed him.
He did.
So
Well,
I don't know though.
He was going to champion him. Fauci he's a left. He's on the left. He supports the left.
I don't actually know what his political leanings are. I don't think he's ever come out with his political leanings. I think he hasn't. I think he's a businessman.
He's business.
I think he's a scientist, but he's also a businessman.
Right,
He's the highest paid government employee,
and he's the face of everything right now medically. But what I was going to say is that he's condemning the Sturgis rally in fucking South Dakota. But nothing. But it's cool for Obama to have a party inside with hundreds of people, nobody wearing masks. But that's considered, according to the media, right? That's a sophisticated gathering.
I know. I saw that too.
That's the world we're living in now, folks.
How bad do you feel for Erykah Badu?
Ooh,
I love her.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Oh, that's who's released the photos at Obama's.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was she posted.
So she was there and posted all that shit. She's got a great voice.
They had a no photograph clause or whatever if you came.
So she's getting fucked right now. Right?
She apologized. I mean,
she'll never go to an Obama event.
I'm sure she's a super woke whatever. She's an amazing artist though.
Of course she is.
Like her first. If you've never heard Erykah, if you've never heard Erykah Badu's first album, it's so fucking good, man. It's so fucking good. It's so smooth and it's so jazzy.
It's jazzy and sensual.
Oh,
and just
it's so fucking good, man.
Yeah, it is. And we're talking how long ago was that? Like,
because I don't give a fuck about her. Because I don't give a fuck about her politics. I just like her music. I don't look for my politics from my musicians.
If people could not talk about politics and just talk about music and art and don't involve politics, it would be a perfect world.
Most people are doing that.
Now
most bands, not celebrities. No, I think. Well, no, that's not even true. Most celebrities are like, I'm just not going to talk about this. And then other celebrities, let's be honest, they think that they have like a responsibility because they have a platform.
Well,
but all you're going to do is as soon as you release
as
soon as you release a political statement leaning one way or the other, you're just going to lose half your potential audience. So it's not a very smart.
Schwarzenegger said.
I did,
dude. And
he's old now.
He's a Republican. Well,
he really did a good job for California too, as a Republican.
Yes, he did. I mean, yeah,
he was the only good governor we had for like a long. Well, there was a lot of good governors in the 80s and stuff.
There was a couple good governors in the 80s.
Yeah.
This particular governor can fuck the fuck off. He has ruined this state single-handedly. More people have left California since he's been governor. 3 years now, I think.
Yeah, but people come in. I mean, it's not like our population didn't go down a little bit, but I mean,
it doesn't go down.
California is still the
too many fucking people here.
Look,
get out.
As on a personal level, as a family, we looked over this pandemic. We looked at every option out there, basically, of places to move to. I'm talking out of country, but out of state, out of city, out of county. We almost actually we came real close to moving to San Diego County like a month and a half ago.
Really?
I'm like, one night it was.
I'm looking at Ventura still.
One night it was Ventura's a great place to be.
Fuck yeah.
One night it was 100%, and the next morning it was 0%. It's a long ass story. I don't want to get into.
No, it's fine. I get it.
But it was going to be a really cool fucking thing. I still think I'm going to eventually get down there. I think that's the plan now. I think that's the plan now.
Down there.
I wouldn't mind Ventura County, but I got family in down that way.
Okay.
Most of my family in California has migrated south over the years.
Right.
So, or east, southeast. So I think we're going to get out there eventually. But my point is, I know that is a valid talking point that people are leaving California. But there's always, if you look at home prices and how there's 5 people waiting to take their place.
Of course.
So it's not that big of an issue as far as like we're losing population or something like that. It's more about like we have the greatest fucking state, I think, in the nation for a bunch of different reasons.
Lot of different
you know what
things.
the number one reasons are? The number one reason is?
Tell me your number one.
In my opinion. Well, there's 2, but number 1 is actually kind of based off number 2. Number 2 is weather.
Oh,
right?
Hands down.
We have the best, especially if you're near the coast, right? If
Yep.
you're in the valley, and if you're in the desert, it's hot as fuck. I'm not telling you know.
Like where we are.
We're talking about like well, we're not that bad in the desert though.
No,
but if
we're
you're
not North Desert.
if
for
you're
sure.
within 30 miles of the coast of California, you're in a fucking incredible place to be. The only
why I wanna go
place
to
that's
Ventura.
as good as like Portugal for weather, right?
Yeah.
So you got that, but what that also brings is a lack of bugs. Yeah. And that's number 1.
I know.
Anytime we go anywhere, I take my family anywhere where there's bugs, they don't know what the I do. I grew up in Wisconsin, but
Sure.
they don't know what to fucking do.
Yeah. We have mosquitoes out here. That's about
Not
it.
much, dude.
Not
I'm
a
from
lot.
Wisconsin. Don't talk to me about fucking mosquitoes.
I'm sure.
We don't have enough standing water. For mosquitoes, you need standing water.
Right.
We're a drought fucking county, right?
And it's going to be like that for a while.
Well, but
We're
I
a
mean,
drought state.
we don't have our own water supply,
No.
so we are always the drought.
We get our water from up north, and
Yeah.
that's pretty fucking dry up there too.
Yeah, and a
So-
little bit east too.
A little bit east, but
Comes-
mostly up north.
Yeah, and even
Yeah.
even the stuff from the east is kind of northeast.
And they don't like that up there. They fucking hate us anyways, but whatever.
Well, I mean, it's not like we get it for free.
No, there's other reasons. There's that whole Northern Cali, Southern Cali feud rivalry.
Well, it's not Northern California. It's not
You
even.
know.
It's still. It's like Kern County. Well,
It's a little bit
our water
past.
supply comes from the mountains, right? So it's like
Yep.
I don't know if it's Kern. It's probably
I
a little bit
forget
of Kern.
exactly. It's another county past Kern, whatever that's called.
I'm trying to think of like why I can't. It's escaping me.
Tulare, maybe?
I don't think Tulare's a county. Is Tulare a county?
Yeah.
Bakersfield's in Tulare County? No.
No. Bakersfield's Kern,
Yeah.
but Tulare is right after
Oh, okay.
Bakersfield.
I was just up there. I just
Maybe
went
like
to
an hour or
I just went to
whatever.
the Sequoias this weekend, and I don't know what county I was in. But anyways,
Nice, dude. But that was a
yeah.
good
So I
time.
mean, it's maybe that county doesn't like. I don't know. I don't think that's a big deal. But my point is California is fucking bomb, dude.
for a lot of
For
things.
weather, it's not bomb because of how many people are here, and it's not bomb because of
How fucking expensive
how much
it is.
traffic it is. Well, it's that expensive because it's the place to fucking
Of
be.
course.
And it's not the place to be because of Hollywood. It's not the place to be because of all
No.
that. It's the place to be because you can go to the fucking mountains. You can go to the fucking
Beach.
beach. You can go to the fucking desert, all in a day's trip
Absolutely. And guess what? I've done it all.
on a whim.
I've done
You
it.
could actually technically hit all 3, no problem.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you can do it all here. And
And let's face it,
he
there's
made
a lot
it
of opportunities here.
And he made it a shit stink hole
Yep.
with fucking weird ass fucking policies. So,
That only benefited one particular party.
and he wasn't. It's not like he did it all. It started before him, but he handled COVID.
He didn't handle it very well.
He handled COVID awfully.
Yep.
Awfully.
Awfully. I like that word.
I don't think that's even a word.
But for now, it works.
It fucking works.
Sorry, I'm checking my crypto, dude.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, come on, Ada. Yeah,
I never heard of Ada.
Cardano.
I don't know what that is.
Ada's like the nickname, or
I have Bitcoin and Ethereum. I bought it a while back, and I just let it sit there,
just
and
hold that shit, dude.
it's just like savings.
Bitcoin is at 47.6 right now.
Oh, it had a bump today, huh?
Ethereum is like 30. What is Ethereum? It is
Ethereum's doing very well.
3,300, bro.
Yeah, Ethereum's
Yep.
doing very well. If they can get back up to 60,000 for Bitcoin and 40,000 or 4,000 for Ethereum, that's their height. I don't know. Crypto's
I
a whole
think-
nother thing because
we
they're
could talk about that for a while.
well, they're just they're fighting it a little bit right now.
But I
And
understand it a lot more now. Of course, they're fighting it because it's against their whole values. It's against their whole. They can't control it.
Well, I had
of course they don't like it.
my dad, who's got a lot of stock investments, thinks that the United States at some point here fairly quickly is all of a sudden going to drop a United States crypto. And then that's going to crush everything.
Where's he getting his information?
He's not. It's speculation.
Oh, he's just speculating. Okay.
Because what you're doing when you're betting on Bitcoin or you're betting on if you're betting on any crypto, you're betting against the dollar.
Yeah, of course.
Which is a smart bet right now.
Yeah, right now.
But if they release their own crypto, I don't know what that would do. I haven't put enough thought into it. But he just told me that yesterday because we were riding around together.
That's a very interesting point.
Yeah.
Your dad's a very smart man, of course. And
well, he's got a lot of investing years under his belt.
Sure.
He doesn't invest a lot of money because he likes to see his money in the bank.
Yeah,
he's one of those guys.
Right.
Well,
it's a different generation too.
It's just a different person. I know people who are like that now. You know, young people or people my age. They like to see that bank account grow. That's their sport.
Sure.
You know, which is good for you. You know,
to each
I'm more of a.
I like to see my portfolio grow.
I'm more of a. I don't know if I'm going to be around tomorrow, so I'm going to spend that shit. I'm kind of bad about that, but I'm getting better.
Right.
I'm getting better.
Me too. I actually have like savings now, and I can't really ever, not ever. The last 3 or 4 years, I've been better with savings.
Yeah, I'm very YOLO with my money.
Yeah.
So, I don't actually believe YOLO. I don't think you only live once, but I think
we
you
have
only
one life.
Well, you only have one life with that bank account.
Right. I know.
So you might as well enjoy it.
I get it.
That's the way I look at it, and I understand why people look at it the other way. And they also want to build wealth for their
for their families and generational wealth and shit like that. And I understand that.
We don't have generational wealth. We're not by any means well off or anything.
I got to get up at like 7:30.
Yeah,
so
I think we're ready.
I'm thinking gonna be heading out, but dude, this is fun. I'm glad we're
man.
able to do
I
this
am too.
again.
I'm too. It'd been fucking too long.
Reason why we've been waiting 4 months, whatever, how long it's been. It was my fault. I was busy, and a couple of times I'd hit up Brad and be like, "Yeah, I'm coming, bro." And then like an hour later,
you did
I'm still
me
on the road.
Dude, I gotta call you out. You did me wrong that one night.
I know, I did, bro.
I was literally sitting right here, all set up.
I know.
And then you texted me like 45 minutes after you were supposed to be here.
I know.
And I was like,
I fucking dogged my man out, and I totally deserve whatever I get.
He stood me up like a fucking little bitch, dude.
Like a fucking like a blind date.
No, it's all
shit,
good, dude.
Right?
You got to make that money, dude. I understand. I ain't worried about it.
Well,
but no, I mean, I was gonna do some anyways, and then I just I was gonna have there's a couple of different people I was gonna have in, and then just like
it just didn't happen, or what?
It didn't. I never really like pushed it. Number one, and then number two, like it just didn't. That the circumstances weren't right, or the scheduling wasn't right. Andy was gonna come in because there's some shit that Andy's willing to talk about.
Yeah,
he's willing to talk about a singer a guy that was a singer in his band for a little while. He's willing to talk that whole story, which I don't know a lot about it. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think he should share it, but that's me. I'm full disclosure. If you want to say whatever you want, say what you want.
Well, I don't know. Like he got, I think he's still in jail, right?
Oh yeah.
So I don't know how much he can say without fucking him up more.
I don't really know.
I don't know the story.
I don't know particulars. I know the story, but I don't know the particulars
a lot.
now.
I barely know the story. Just because when it went down at the time, I talked to Andy a little bit, and then I followed it in the news and stuff. So, little teaser there, maybe for next week.
It'll happen.
Well, maybe we'll get him on.
Get Andy on.
I'm gonna try and get him next.
Whatever,
I'm gonna try and set it up for next week. The hardest part is the headphone situation.
Yeah.
Which, you technical people out there, I think you know what I'm talking about. It's not that difficult, but it's really annoying setting up dual headphones and dealing with all that, and then, maybe I can do it a different way where he comes through speaker.
You can do it.
I know, but it'll be. I mean, I can just put him on the phone and we can talk to him. But I want to be able to record it and stuff.
Yeah,
so
I know what you're saying. It's a whole different thing.
I can get him in on Zoom or something and do it that way.
All right.
Split the screen or some shit.
Well, we'll definitely be back next week.
All right.
I might be leaving next weekend, but that's next weekend. So we'll see.
We're pretty loose, man. Obviously. So. Yeah, man, I'm glad you were able to come back in. I'm glad we were able to do this.
Me too. I had a lot of fun, bro.
And
North LA podcast. Check us out.
North Los Angeles.
That's it. So,
Later.
rock and roll.